can be quite annoying at times.
Okay, have you started?
I have started. How are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah.
How does it feel to be on a podcast?
Very weird.
Yeah?
Very weird, yeah. I mean, I listen to loads. I watch loads, like comedy podcasts, also like just news ones, political ones.
The rest is news? Rest is
Politics, rest is history I love as well. I was listening to that on my run this morning. All about the Habsburgs, you know, the Habsburg dynasty. They're like famous for inbreeding. They have that Habsburg jaw. You definitely will have seen that.
Famous for inbreeding?
Inbreeding, like they're like the biggest
like
empire. Yeah. Like to keep their bloodline like pure, which is quite common.
You're looking for inspiration? Or?
No, I'm just looking for some history. I'm bored these days.
Yeah, well, you finished as well?
Because I finished like 2 weeks ago. So I'm bored.
What are you finding yourself doing now then? I know you work, don't you?
So I work. I'm a bartender, so I'm just picking up shifts where I can to save for summer. But also like I'm reading. Like I love reading, but I just don't do it in term time because I'm obviously reading so much for my degree. And like especially for my dis, I read like 11 books for my dis in the space of like 3 months. So now I'm like reading for pleasure again, which is nice.
What do you find yourself reading?
Literally anything. Normally fiction, because I don't know, non-fiction just bores me. And like we read a lot of non-fiction obviously for our degree. So normally fiction, although I did just finish a non-fiction all about like online extremism. It was really interesting.
What's it called? What's the book
Going
called?
Dark, The Secret Social Lives or something like that. This woman, she like works for anti-terrorism for the government, and like she goes undercover into all these organizations that are like alt-right, neo-Nazi, like jihadist, but also like trad wives. And like she goes into like these little forums and like Discord groups and stuff and pretends to be kind of subscribing to their beliefs to kind of find out how they work. And she's trying to track online terrorism and see if we can stop these kind of terrorist attacks that happen, obviously, like a lot in the States.
What was your favourite story from it? There's so many. There must be so many to go through. Because
like, favourite is like a weird word because I wouldn't say it's my favourite, but like she like watched the live stream of the mosque attack in New Zealand, in Christchurch. Very famous one. It was like in 2018, I think.
Was it when the guy went around gunning people down?
Yeah, in a mosque, because he was obviously just alt-right white guy and didn't agree with Muslims being in New Zealand, and so went to this mosque whilst it was peak like prayer time and shot all these people. Yes. And live streamed it, and the fact that could be live streamed on Facebook. And she watched it for her research, but she like did an account of how it made her feel, and it was really quite sad. Yeah. It just interests me, and I was like, oh, I just want to read something that's like very kind of current right now, which is like extremism, and the rise of technology is also increasing extremism and stuff. But yeah, normally I'm reading like, you know, probably romance fiction or like, you know, sometimes some crime thrillers. I do love a crime thriller because I love watching crime thrillers and psychological thrillers and stuff, so I'll read a lot of that.
Have you heard of a Thursday Murder Club? I think that's what it's called. So to basically summarise it quite quickly, it's basically a care home. People in a care home have to solve a murder. That's if I had to summarise it in a word, in like a sentence.
Like all these old people?
Yeah.
Who are all like on medicine and probably demented
dying
and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
How good are they at solving a murder?
I'm not going to spoil it. You got to read.
Thursday Murder Club?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Richard Osman.
Okay.
I suppose you've not heard of it. It's quite.
I feel like I have.
You've probably seen the front cover. It's like a fox. With the font in like red.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, I didn't think it would be about that. Yeah. It's kind of like it's a foresty kind of.
I don't know if it's a forest. All I can remember is just a picture of a fox in the front.
No, I definitely know what you're talking about. Oh, cool.
But what I also love about the book is how it breaks it up into very small chapters for each character. So have you seen Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I love it.
You know, have you read the books?
No, I really should.
So
my boyfriend's reading them now. I'm shocked. They're so big.
So the books are quite, well, the show's obviously based on the books, but in how it tells the story of different characters. The book, Richard Osman's book, does the exact same thing. So you have a couple pages for one character, then that's the end. Then you can break it between.
Wow, that's good.
It's easier because when you find yourself reading non-fiction books, sometimes it just goes on forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
And when you like sort of zone out,
yeah,
and you've read a page and you're like, oh shit, I missed part of it.
And I like reading chapter by chapter because I hate finishing like in the middle of of a chapter. And when they're really long, you're like, damn, I don't want to sit down for 40 pages right now. Like, I kind of just want to read 15. And then you've got to
That's
commit.
dedication to go for 40 pages.
Yeah. Last night, I got home. I went to a friend's house. I watched like a documentary, and I came home and I like finished my book, and it was like 60 pages. But I was like, I love reading before sleeping, so this is good.
It helps you get sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Hate going on my phone before bed. I'll never sleep properly if I've been on my phone.
Well, they say there's all those Instagram cliches, and well, it's true science. It's the blue light that wakes you up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So.
But to be fair, I have all that turned off on my phone. Like from when the sun sets, my phone goes to like night shift, which I get a lot of shit for, like from my friends and my family, because they're like, it's just all yellow, and they hate seeing the phone, and I'm like, whatever, it's my phone.
No,
like,
I get the shit as well. I understand it. When I was doing my extreme routine in first year of going to bed like 8, I'd have it at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. It would start to turn orange.
Oh my god! You're like, time to wind down. It's 3 p.m.
Because I have it on my laptop as well.
Yeah,
and
same.
we did a quiz at the standoff in second year.
Oh, cool.
And basically, the screen actually started turning orange on the projector because
yes!
I forgot to turn it off.
No.
It looked really bad.
I get this when I watch a film with my friends and I've connected my computer to the TV, like through the HDMI cable, and they're like, it's so fucking yellow. I can swear.
Yeah, of course you can.
So fucking yellow. And I'm like, yeah, but at least you're going to sleep well. Like, no one's waking you up with the lights. But yeah. No, it's funny. But yeah, I mean, 8 p.m. bedtime.
Yeah.
What time are you going to bed now?
9.
Fully asleep, 9 p.m.
Yeah, well, I sort of trying to like 8 till 9 is my sort of cool down sort of thing. Just turn the phones off and stuff, keep it away, read a book, chill, sort of thing.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not every single day of my life. It's not like I'm, never going out and seeing friends. Like tomorrow,
Obviously, yeah.
tomorrow I'm going out quite late.
What are you up to tomorrow?
Just a couple of us are going to the Impy, just to chill out and catch up, because my friend who he's been at home for pretty much all of Easter and now
since the end of term, yeah.
And now he's coming back, and we've got the full flat together, so it's just going to be a lot of laughter and a lot of bullying each other. You know,
so this is your flatmates?
Yeah.
So you live in a halls, right?
Technically, so it's private accommodation, but it's set up how halls are in your first year.
Yeah. How is that at like your age? Is everyone like your age in the flat?
Yeah, there's a guy that's older.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So like postgrad students, I guess.
So he's a master's student. Yeah.
Cool. Where is that? Which one is it?
Point X.
Oh, yeah. Of course I know that one.
I do prefer it as opposed to the house, because I like the fact that you get your own bathroom. And we do have a shared kitchen as well, which is quite good. Yeah. But we obviously can come in there and have a laugh and have a chit chat and then go back to your own room and do your own things.
Yeah. I mean, I loved like halls in first year. When I moved out, like my siblings, they're older than me, and they were like, you like soak up the halls because it's the best part, because like you have your own space, but then the kitchen is like so social. And I hated, because our first year, like obviously you're a year behind me, but like my first year was all online, and the halls were like the space that was like where we socialized, and so I do miss it. Sharing a bathroom is annoying sometimes.
What was it like then for your whole entire first year? Because I don't think it wasn't the whole first year, was it? It was until
the whole thing.
Oh, because I'm thinking of
so 2020 September is when I started. So like you think about COVID was March 2020. I was on my gap year then, and then I started uni September 2020. So that was odd because the moving in was so controlled. Like we all, I mean, obviously that's still quite controlled now, but I don't know. It was just like you moved in, there was like no one there. When I moved in, I was the last, and half my house were international students, half my flatmates. So by November 2020, which is when COVID kind of came back again, I feel like that was when we went into that big lockdown. That was from like November to like April, I want to say.
Yeah, I think
then the pubs opened again in April, right?
It was mixed, wasn't it? Because there was the first lockdown from March till August, September, and then it was the tier system that they did, like tier 1 to 4.
Exactly,
sort of thing. And then that lasted until, I want to say, the end of Christmas, the end of December, or beginning of the new year, and then that was when we went into lockdown from then till, I think it was March or April, something like that.
I feel like it was April was when the outdoor of pubs opened. But yeah, so that was really weird. Like September to November, really fun, hanging out with my housemates, moved out of home, like I was loving it. Obviously everything was online for our course, so that was hard, but I was loving the course, and I would meet up with some course mates when I could, but I definitely wasn't friends with them. Like it was just hard. We, everyone was kind of just in their flats, and flat parties and stuff, and that was fun. But then like, what was it, like middle of November, maybe early November, half my house moved out, and it was me 2 girls and no, me 3 girls, sorry. Well, Taz, she did the radio here for a bit. I lived with Tasman. And 1 guy, and he moved out pretty quickly as well. So it was just me and 3 girls. So from 4 girls, 4 guys to just 4 girls. So definitely it was hard because it was like, you know, concentration of girls, which can be hard sometimes just because you want that kind of variety of people we didn't have. And then nothing to do. And so I got really like sad. I was like, damn, this is my first year of uni and it's really not going the way, you know, we all envisage it of being like so fun, best memories of your life. And I think when I went home for Christmas, I was fully like, I don't think I'm going to go back. And I spent the whole of January at home. And my siblings, my older siblings were the ones that were like, look, these are the cards you've been dealt. So if you want to still experience something different, which is, you know, living in halls, whatever it may be, like go back. And so like we slowly kind of all convinced each other, like me and the girls, like we should just go back and make the most of it. And so I went back like end of January and it was okay. It definitely was like slower than like my second year and obviously third and fourth year. But it was all right. And then by third term, everything opened up again and that was really fun. And we all were like raring to go to like drink, party. Like a lot of the flat came back, so that was fun. And it was like, holy shit, okay, this is uni again. And then it was fine. And then obviously second year, that's when you came in, so...
Made it even better, of course.
Yeah. Well, I only met you in the third term, so yeah.
Yeah, and embarrassing it is for me to admit that I kept forgetting your name.
Mate, for ages.
And it was when you came back in your fourth year, well, this year.
Yeah, because then I didn't see you for like a year and a half.
And then we worked, we were on the same module, War and Visual Media.
Yeah.
And you sat next to George.
Yeah.
And he kept introducing me.
Mate, so many times I was like...
It was embarrassing.
I remember one time you came in to the lecture and one guy was talking to you, was like, oh, who do you know, by the way? And then you were like, yeah, I know, blah, 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 this girl, blah, blah, blah. Like, you were saying everyone's name, and to me, you went, this girl. And I was like, Tom still doesn't fucking remember my name. Like, but it's fine. I mean, you obviously speak to so many people every day because of, like, what you do.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate I get to meet a lot of people.
And we would see each other once a week, so it's, like, fine.
And I didn't see you for a whole year as well.
Exactly, so. Yeah. It was weird when I saw you, and I was like, where have I seen you? Where have I seen you? Where have I seen you? And I was like, fucking hell, that awful day of work we had in May, what was it, 2022?
Yeah, it was when we did the BBC. What BBC
it was like a game show which I think never came out.
I think it did come out.
Really?
I think the people that we worked with, I forgot what one of the names.
One was called CJ.
I think CJ.
She does loads of work. She's on like Casualty and like all those like BBC dramas. She's on as extras.
Because she's worked with Tom Hardy as well on something.
Yeah.
Like so, she's
yeah. She's definitely in there. Yeah. So you think it came out? I mean, I never saw any like advertisement for it. So
well,
I
it's
guess.
like a BBC 4 thing, wasn't it? So they're probably never going to push it. It's like,
No.
oh, I found it.
Yeah.
But
that was a weird day.
Do you know what? It was fun. I did enjoy it.
Yeah, it was different.
But I definitely don't think I could do it for like the rest of my life.
Working on sets.
Yeah.
What was it that annoyed you about it?
I think it was the... I don't know, it just doesn't really appeal to me because sometimes you're just sitting on your ass doing nothing, which I guess you do. That is obviously going to happen with a set. You're not always going to be running around doing everything. Yeah. But I don't know. And I think the lifestyle that some of them have to live, like, you know, you can't really stick to like a set routine of waking up, going to the gym.
No, yeah.
You literally just turn up, drink coffees all day to stay awake. And it's like, do I really want that for the rest of my life? Yeah. No.
And also just the insecurity of work. Like, you're never like... Obviously, you can be hired by a production company and then you're like, okay, for sure, I'll be on, you know, on a salary and blah, blah, blah. But a lot of the time, it's just people picking up work wherever they can. And that, like, to be fair, for me, that kind of depressed me as well that day. Because I was like, shit, it will be hard if I do really want to go into this. And that was my brother, both my siblings are in, like, similar industries. But my brother particularly was doing that when he graduated, going from, like, production to production. He was like an art, you know, decorator, and then he was like just an editor, and then he was literally like, he did anything and everything. And it was hard. It looked really hard. And he ultimately wasn't happy because it was just fighting every day for like a new job to be paid crap, to sometimes be not paid. Like one time he was like in the art department for this production company, and that was like a solid bit of work. He did that for like a year. And the kind of boss lady, I don't know what, at the end of a huge shoot, she was like, oh, could you just help me carry some of my furniture like out of my house because I'm like moving out? And he did that for like 3 hours, carried this woman's furniture. And he obviously just wasn't paid because it was like, can you just help me out? And I'm like, it's awful. You're just really taking advantage of him here. Just because he's like a young guy who's new in the industry, he's green, and like you're just, you know, going to take the piss.
He knows he's going to be very keen to try and impress and wants to stay in a job sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also it also shows your brother's a kind guy as well, which is quite nice to see.
He is. He really is. Now he's very successful and all's great.
Yeah?
He doesn't work in film anymore. He works in advertising. He's a creative in advertising, so he comes up with like, he pitches the ideas to the brands for a company. But yeah, moved away from film.
Moved away from film. Do you think you will? I think we're sort of...
Well, yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to do a master's in law next year. I'm scared to just go in the deep end and look for work. Like, I don't know why. I see myself just searching and searching, and then after 1 year being like, what have I made of this? Whereas if I do a master's, what I've made of it is a master's, and I've got an extra degree, which makes me, you know, a bit more attractive to employers. And in law, which is obviously a very secure job, there's nothing going to replace that for the moment. Maybe, I don't know, AI someday. But, like, it's well paid. And also, it's something I've thought about before. Like, even before I came to Exeter to do film, I thought about doing media law at Bath, I think it was. And that still kind of interests me. Be a little in-house lawyer for, like, a production company.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. I still want to stay in the, like, realm of media.
Media production is quite interesting. I think... For me, I don't know about the film industry specifically, but more of like TV media sort of thing, like people that create YouTube videos and you know, social media content.
Yeah.
I think that becomes more appealing to me. Basically, what we do with XTV.
Yeah.
I think that's what I found myself doing and enjoying the most at university.
Yeah.
And maybe that's something I want to do after. But for me, it's just going to be applying for as many entry-level jobs or internships or whatever's about.
But you've got a pretty good CV right now anyway.
Yeah, I'd like to think.
Because your internship you're doing soon is in what?
Well, this internship runs until the end of July. It's in technology transfer.
Which is?
Basically, I work with a team that's created this software called Texel, which stands for Teaching Excellent in Leadership. And that's basically a platform that assesses people's leadership skills.
Oh.
And basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to make it free for business schools across the UK. And we're trying to see if we can implement it into these schools. And what we can do with it further.
I did not think you were going to say that. I thought it was just going to be something on the, like, I don't know, something media.
Sort of thing.
Well, no, I thought maybe it was editing or it was some sort of production or I don't know what.
No, it's something completely different.
How did you find it?
Handshake. I just saw on there, it said you did no prior experience, turned up to like a talk about it, and I really was quite fascinated.
Wow.
So I was like, fuck it, I'll just give it a go.
You're the first success story from Handshake I've ever met.
Really?
Well, obviously we all desperately like talk to the career zone and like try to find work, but never have I been like, oh, this is really great, like I could find something here. Like I've always just been like, oh, this is really hard, or this doesn't really feel like something I could do, or I feel like for media and film, there's not a lot of internships that like the university kind of bring our attention to.
No, I think there's definitely universities across the country that are better placed for these sort of things. I think I've heard Southampton's pretty good. I know from what I've seen from the other TV stations, so like XTV's, the Exeter's student TV station, but ones like Stag TV. There's one that did their own version of Eurovision, like a student version of it.
Oh, cool.
And the best thing about it is it's actually part of their module. Like they get assessed for doing it, which is just insane. Like if I were to show you the video itself, it is high quality stuff.
Wait, which uni was this? Don't know.
I can't remember, to be honest with you.
That's amazing. You did something Eurovision.
Yeah, we did our own version of it. We've done it twice this year.
Did you take inspiration from that?
No, we didn't know about it.
Oh, wow.
We had no idea. Univision, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
But X-Vision is what we did. Actually, Mateus, if he's in there. Do you know Mateus?
No.
Tall guy. He might not be in there, but he basically came to me last year in second year with the idea. Well, when he came to me, I mean, he kept pestering me because at one time I was like, oh, yeah, okay, good idea, buddy. Whatever. But he kept coming back, and I was like, do you know what? Fuck it, I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
He basically came up with the idea of just having his own version of Eurovision. in Exeter, and we basically live streamed it in the Great Hall.
Wow.
To a good amount of viewers.
So these were actual like international students.
Yeah, we had several people singing.
Wow.
It was like 12 songs. No, I'm gonna say 11 contestants in the first year. No, yeah, 11 contestants in both years.
Wow. And were they good singers?
Yeah, they were very good.
Wow.
Very good singers.
That's cool. Can I watch that? Like,
yeah, of course you can.
Online?
Yeah, so it's on the last year's edition, 2023's edition is on XTV's YouTube channel.
Okay.
2024 edition needs to be re-uploaded because of copyright issues. Certain songs that are performed by covers have actually blocked it from being seen on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I think I might have to look at some copyright stuff and see if I can, do a little thing and try and get it uploaded, because I'd want people to be able to see this and come back to it.
No, that's so cool.
It's very cool.
Do you think you could work for XTV like after your degree, or no? Is that not possible? Do you have to be a student?
So you can set up committee positions for it, which I did last year for. So Christiana, who I ran it with last year, she graduated. George, who ran it before as well, graduated last year as well. And I got them this alumni position. That basically means they can stay in contact with us and help with like networking and stuff.
Yeah.
But this year I just didn't want to do it.
No.
Because I think this year, I'll be honest, I love XTV and it's one of the greatest things I've done at university. But I sort of felt like a third year burnout from it. From trying to balance my degree, balance my social life, and then balance XTV or my degree of one of the others I didn't say.
Yeah, XTV.
Yeah, and that was quite challenging. Yeah.
So you felt, how would you say it made you feel, like trying to balance all three of those things?
Quite challenging, to be honest with you. I also, and this is not me putting it on anyone else. I sort of find it quite hard to sort of communicate with people that are a bit younger than me, because last year everyone in X Media, XTV, whatever, were like a year or 2 years younger than me. Yeah. Whereas this year it's like 3 or 4 years, and it's quite a bit of a difference.
Well, how old are you?
24.
Yeah. So you're already a bit older than any other third year, because normally third years are like 21. Well, I'm 23 in a month, but yeah. Like, were there times where you were like, I actually don't really want to do this anymore?
Yeah, there were times where I was thinking. There was even times when I was applying for it in second year, going for station manager again, thinking, would it be better if I got a job, saved up, and bought my own camera, and then did my own little production company thing? And part of me, do you know what? I guess that would probably be one of my only regrets from uni. Is not doing that.
Imagine you started your own little production company.
I think I'd like to one day, maybe. I would
have so been a part of that. Because for ages I wanted to be a producer. Like, that was something I was always interested in. Like, when I went to Sydney for my year abroad, I produced a film for one of my modules. And it was so fun. And, like, I was like, I'm actually quite good at this. Like, I don't know, I'm quite assertive, I feel like. And so I can kind of be on people's backs about sticking to budget and like time schedules and stuff.
You never mentioned to me that you produced a film. I know you said you were a producer and did some content stuff, but I never knew you did a film.
Well, I was the producer of a film.
Tell me a bit more.
So yeah, it was really cool. Like, when I got to Sydney, the first module I did was called Film Festivals, and it was like a short module. It's just for like a month. And I met like 3 really, really nice girls, all from like, one from America, one from Denmark, one from Spain, all like had interest in film. And the one from Denmark, her name was Me. She had written a script. Like, she was very creative. She wrote a script. And when one of the assignments was you need to make a film shot on an iPhone, because we were basically submitting it to an iPhone film festival. So all the films had to obviously be made on, well, not an iPhone, but just on a smartphone. She was like, well, I kind of have a script. And then the Spanish girl, her name's Ichi, she was like, well, I'm really good at editing. And then Corey, the American girl, she had no experience in media whatsoever, but she was like, I can like hold the camera. I was like, okay, we have a crew. And I was like, I'll produce. And so it was really cool. I definitely like learned so much. Like, Mio had way more experience in filmmaking and production and stuff. So she was like kind of teaching me the role of the producer. But she was like, I can show you, but I can't be assertive myself. I can't tell people to like hurry up, and that's not my nature. So I'm going to hand that baton over to you, basically. And I was like, cool. So I had my little sheet of what we needed to hit and the times and stuff. And yeah, I kind of organized everything. Like, I found the set. Like, I basically did what a producer did. And it kind of all fell into place. Like, I never realized I was like, oh, I'm being a producer right now. Like, obviously that was my title, but just because we all had to have a title. And then before I knew it, I was like, shit, I've just produced a film.
I'm actually a bit gutted that I didn't know this sooner.
Wow.
You know, I would have got you on on some XTD projects and some films that we're doing. Yeah, I generally would have.
Shit.
How you said you leave soon, don't you?
Yeah. I basically, like, on the 25th of May, I'm gone, and I won't be back for a bit, I think.
Until graduation, do you think? Or
Well, no, there's EGB. I'm going to that, which is on the 1st of June. But, like, I'm gone for a week, and I'm literally back for EGB, and then I'm gone again. So I'm not going to be back for, like, long periods of time. Have you got productions coming up? Or?
Yeah, so we're doing a short film. We're looking to film that at Thornley, hopefully within the next week or two. Then we're doing a documentary with Lenny, who's in the studio right there.
Yeah.
He's doing a football documentary. Basically, it's just us interviewing different people and why they love football, their stories about football, etc., etc. I'm doing some video stuff with the internship that I'm doing. Funny enough, because I sort of say, hey, look, I do video stuff.
Yeah.
We could do some stuff for the platform and the software that we make.
Sick.
Hopefully James, who's also in there, might be wanting to do a film as well. I'm trying to convince him to write a film.
So he writes
something. He's him and his friend have written something like a script, I believe, and I keep trying to push it on him to actually record it and make it a film. Even if it looks shit, like at the end of the day, you've created something.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure. My film was not good. I mean, it was like the writing was good. It was definitely, we went kind of more. We didn't go for like a horror. I feel like everyone makes a horror because it's like the the conventions, the iconography. It's like really nice to make that, and it's kind of easier, I think. We literally did, it was supposed to be a short film anyway. We did like a conversation between two guys. They were best friends. One of them's gay, and he basically tells him like, I have feelings for you, and just, it's like an 8-minute conversation in a bar. But we found, like, I had to source these actors, so I like hosted auditions. It was really cool. Like the union that I went to was really, really good. Like, they had so many like facilities to help us like make this film. So like I conducted like auditions. I felt really like a producer, and found like 2 really good actors. Like, I was shocked, and they really convinced me. And like when we shot the whole thing, I was like, wow, this is definitely better than like a student film would even look normally. But I don't know, we didn't like win anything, and we didn't get accepted into the festival.
but you still made it at the end of the day.
Yeah. But no, it was fun.
What was it like living in Australia for a year?
It was incredible. I'm going to be cliche, but it was the best year of my life. It was honestly amazing. Like, that country's so amazing. It's so fun to live there. I lived on the beach, which I'm extremely like, the ocean, I love it so much. And I just was in the ocean every day, which did so well for my mental health.
I could only imagine how good that must have felt.
Mate, like 7 a.m. just like swimming, dolphins in the background, you know.
It's like the movies, isn't it?
No, but it actually is. Like, people are like, yeah, but is it even that good? I'm like, it actually is. And the social life's amazing. It's expensive for sure, but the social life is amazing. You're just every day walking around like beautiful things. Like, the city is so nice as well. There's a beautiful like quay that takes you to North Sydney. That's like people, that's their commute to work, and it's like you're literally going through the Opera House and like through the Sydney Bridge, and it's like so like all in movies, and you're just there. And I'm super connected to Sydney. Like, it's where my brother was actually born. My parents lived there, and they're like the beginning of their marriage. Like, my dad did that commute every day. So it was really like amazing for me to experience that city for 1 year, and can like connect with like my family before I was born in that way, you know, because this was all before I was born when they were living there. Yeah. And like for my dad especially, it was so nice. He was just so excited that I was living in a city that he loves so much. Like, Sydney is just his favorite place on earth. And so for him, like, to see the things I was doing that he did, it was really like beautiful. Like, I get quite emotional thinking about it. But yeah,
I don't think that's a bad thing to get emotional about it. It's like you're so grateful to have experienced that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You're not sad, but you're happy.
No, so happy. I mean, I'm sad I'm not there, but so happy. And then like my siblings came to visit me, and that was so unique because we're all older now. Like, my sister's 29, my brother's 26. So like us hanging out, just us 3, is very few far between because of partners and work and stuff, and we don't all live with each other anymore. But like, we had like 2 weeks holiday, us 3. And it was like, shit, it's like we're kids again, like when we would go on holiday together. But we're like adults, and we can drink, and like it's really fun, and we have like the power to choose what we want to do every day, and also experiencing a country that we're all connected to, because my sister was also born in Australia, but she was born in a different state. So it was really like, and we'd all been to Australia on our own gap years, and never obviously all together. So that was cool. It's like all at the age of 18, we'd been in this same spot. And now, 6 years later or whatever, we're like back here again. It's crazy.
Oh, are you close?
Very close. Extremely close. Yeah. They're my best friends.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have siblings?
I have two.
Yeah.
Two younger siblings, a sister and a brother, who I adore.
Oldest you are then?
I am the older out of all the three of them. Yeah, I do love them to bits. I've been trying to convince my brother to come down to Exeter.
Yeah.
My sister's been down here. She came here last year. We went to go see Bastille at Powderham Castle.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Because that's funny enough, that's actually on our bucket list to watch to see Bastille live.
Oh.
And we got to do that because growing up, we'd always listen to their songs when they released new covers, etc., etc. And then to actually go and see them even perform live because it's a band.
Yeah.
Absolutely
How
amazing.
old are your siblings?
Amy is 21, Matthew is 18, which is crazy to say that.
So 3 and 3, literally like my siblings.
Yeah.
Like my brother's 3 years older than me, my sister's 6 years older than me.
So your brother must have been quite scared when you turned 18. Like, I get that feeling of not scared, but like, holy shit.
I mean, it's funny. Like my brother isn't really like that. He's not like protector of his sisters because he's the middle child. Like my sister is the one that's like the protector of all of us. She just assumed that role like so early on. I think so. I also have a little sister from my dad's second marriage. She's 8 years younger than me. I think seeing her grow up for all of us is definitely like, no, we don't want to see that happen, because she's just been the baby. And like for me, I was the youngest for 8 years, and then to have a little sister was like, oh, this is so sick. Like I can be the older one now and be taken care of like my sister took care of me. But for my brother, like I don't know, I feel like we take care of him a bit more. I don't know. Maybe because there's so many women in my family and we're all so strong. Like we're definitely like assertive, strong women. So if he's like never worried about us ever, it's like we're worried about him more, I think.
Oh.
Like us turning 18 or us doing big things. He does have these little moments. Like when he came to Sydney, actually, he kind of like, we were sat in a restaurant or something. He was like, damn, like you are here, Lola. Like you're living here on your own. And like I went to pick them up from the airport. He was like, shit, Lola's coming to pick us up from the airport. Like we're going to go to her flat that she's been living in on her own in this city across the world. And I think he had those little moments, but not like don't grow up or like, he wasn't ever like that.
No, I think it's more appreciating that you are growing up as opposed to trying to deny it.
Yeah. But no, I love them. We're all very close. I mean, I say we're close because we've just been through a lot. I don't know if that's the same for your siblings. Like, I feel like when you go through hardships, you just become closer with people.
I would say our hardships are more just seeing our parents divorced, seeing them as a relationship and not, it shouldn't have been something.
Yeah.
Now that's probably something that we saw growing up.
Yeah.
And maybe not growing up with a good financial backing. Like, I'm not saying this is not me shitting on my dad. My dad provided for us and he did what he I wouldn't be here now, obviously.
Yeah.
The amount of hours he's put into providing for us.
Yeah.
But I think that's the only hardships we've really had. I mean, obviously we've created a bond from just generally being brothers and sisters and just taking the piss, winding each other up.
Literally, yeah.
So,
it's like there's no, like this is a person that has experienced the exact same things of you in the most formative years of your life, like being a child and going into teenagehood, adulthood. They have experienced the same things. They have the same parents as you. They lived in the same place. Like, so you have such a connection where it's like you just get each other. And like, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have siblings. Like, I really don't. It's obviously because I know what it's like to have them. Like my boyfriend, he's an only child. And like, definitely he recognizes that it's something he misses, but obviously he doesn't really know what it's like. But it's just that thing where it's like when your parents are pissing you off, you can be like, how shit are they? And you're all like, yeah, they're so annoying.
Or you could be the ones pissing them off together.
Yeah, exactly.
There's been times where we play Uno. That's been like a family tradition or family game now, where we always team up with my dad.
Oh, nice.
We'd always sort of pass cards underneath the table, like the +2s and +4s. We'd fully cheat just to piss him off.
And he has no idea he knows.
Sometimes he has no idea.
Oh no.
Or you look at him and he'd just be bright red of laughter, knowing that we've done it on purpose to stiff him up.
Yeah.
And do you know what? It's those memories and those moments that I just want to cherish. I know it's turned into cliche territory over here, but
no,
I think it's some of the best moments of my life. Just sitting there watching them laugh.
Like family, it's everything. It really is.
It really is.
Like when my cousin really tragically died about 2 years ago now, and he was one of my Australian cousins, and so I didn't know him very well. Like, met him maybe a few times in like my conscious life, like maybe when I was a baby, but as an adult, like met him a couple times. And it was amazing, like the way my family, like we just all kind of got together. And like, you know, I was here and my siblings live in London, and like I'm from Surrey, and it was like immediately I got on a train. Like I remember when they told me, like my sister called me and she was like, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, should I leave? And she's like, pack your bag, book your train, you're coming home. I said, well, what does that even do? She's like, you just need to be with us. Like, you just need to be with us because we've just lost someone in our family. And so you need to be with us.
That's beautiful.
So I, you know, literally got on the train, and it's like, I was like, this is amazing. I remember just seeing my siblings and just like hugging them for so long, because I was like, my cousin has just lost their sibling, and like they are now dealing with that. And I'm like, I look at my brother, and you know, it was my male cousin Sam. I look at my brother, I'm like, if I lost you, like I don't even know, like I don't even want to think about that. And so it just you just think and like those kind of things just really bring stuff into perspective. Like if you have a strong family that really is there for you and is healthy, like you are winning. Like you're so lucky.
Very lucky. Very lucky.
Yeah. I'm gonna make you cry a bit.
He did a little bit, yeah. that was quite beautiful, actually.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I think it's also making me think about. I've been quite lucky, very lucky, that I've not experienced massive family death in my side. The only death that I've experienced are great grandparents, but like, to say you've had great grandparents,
yeah, that's crazy.
Is insane. Yeah. I still got one great grandparent alive. Yeah,
that's mad.
The guy's in grandchildren's in his 90s. But I know the time when I've got my grandparents who I absolutely adore. I love to pieces. Yeah. I know that time when they go is going to absolutely kill me. Yeah. And that's going to be quite hard to go through.
For sure.
But it makes me more appreciative of my time with them. Yeah. Because I get to see them so often. Because they live in Taunton. It's only like 20 minutes on the train from here.
Wow. That's so nice.
It is very nice.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I'm seeing them tomorrow, actually.
Oh.
So.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good, yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I'm getting all soppy, but most of the time I like hate my siblings. Like I'm just fighting with them so much.
But you know you'd appreciate that you love them.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Because it's that love that allows you to tolerate them, doesn't it? Really.
Literally, yeah.
All that bullshit that they put you through.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I love it.
It's funny because your family is sort of the reverse of our family. So it's 3 guys and one girl.
Yeah.
So my sisters had to put up with 3 blokes.
Poor
living
Amy.
at home.
Poor Amy.
Poor Amy, indeed.
That is so hard. Do you have female cousins?
Yeah, we do. But
are you that close?
There was, so we were close from growing up, but situations happened where 2 uncles, so like the family sort of just split and they weren't talking to each other.
Wow, okay.
And I didn't get to see my cousins for a good couple of years until I went to college. I didn't even realise Lauren is her name, that she's actually going to be at Cambridge Regional College.
Wow.
And a guy who I was good friends with growing up, we went to college together, and he bumped into her and he met her, sort of thing. I don't know if he was like, wow, risen her up or whatever. And then he found out her surname was Swanser as well. She's like, holy shit, I need to introduce you to someone. And then I remember actually this moment as well when I was walking towards the bus to get back home, and then Josh brought her over. And she goes, oh, you might know this person. This is your cousin. And I was like, holy shit.
That's so weird. How did you not know? Because you just hadn't spoken to her.
It's been years.
Wow.
Probably best of a decade. Or probably less than a decade. But
it must have been such a mindfuck.
It was really nice to see her, though.
Yeah.
It was really good to see her.
And then you got to see her regularly then, I guess, because you're in school together.
Yeah, I got to see her for the best of 2 years, 2 or 3 years. I have not spoke to her for a while now. And I will probably need to drop her a line just to check up, see if things are okay. Yeah. Because I know her older sister, she's moved to where my hometown is, and she's got a kid. So. Wow. Yeah.
Wait, who your older her older cousin, her older sister?
Yeah.
So your other cousin. Wow. Yeah. All my cousins have kids now, like on my dad's side. It's crazy. Like I had some cousins come visit from Australia, and I met their son. I was like, this is mad. Like, this is then like the generation after me. Like, you know, it's like all the cousins are supposed to be like the young, like we're the last generation. But like, there's one more now. Like, I'm not. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I don't know, because my siblings were just a bit younger than my cousins. But like, my sister's 29, so she's keen to go. Like, she's in a long-term relationship. She's ready for children. So I'm just so excited for that day. I'm so excited. And me and my mum, we're so gassed. Like, because she's also just going to be such a good mum. And we're going to be so involved. Like, I know she wants us to be so involved.
That's good.
But yeah. Yeah. Do you want children?
I do. I think the relationship that I have with my father and my granddad, and just my family in general, has definitely convinced me to want to have kids. I think when you're growing up, you're sort of a bit unsure, aren't you? Maybe the idea of, looking after kids, responsibility, what?
Yeah.
And when you get older, you're like, actually, when you grow the fuck up a little bit, you're thinking, actually, this does sound pretty cool.
Yeah. Someone, I don't know who it was, saw on a video or something, described like, you're ready to have kids when you are over taking care of yourself. Like you've done the taking care of yourself, you've got it down, you know what to do. Now you want to take care of something else. Like you don't want to be the kind of like central part of your life anymore. You want this child now to be the central part of your life.
That's actually well put.
I know,
That's
it's quite interesting. I was like, wow. Yeah, I'm not done with taking care of myself. I still want to be the central part of my life. Like definitely I'm not ready to think about someone else right now.
What goals have you got to achieve before you think you would be ready for kids? Because for me, it's having some money behind me, being as best as I can, be financially secure, being in a career that I'm enjoying, maybe have a house or somewhere that I know I'm happy to be. Obviously, you've got to be happy with your partner as well. Yeah. And then it would just be... Yeah, I think I also want to go travelling for a little bit and maybe explore a couple countries. Yeah. So that'd be pretty good.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, those things for sure. But I think, like, psychologically, I want to be, like, quite sound, which is impossible, I know. And, like, I think it's just when you're like, I don't want to make the same mistakes my parents did. And so I want to be, like, so kind of, I don't know, in the right headspace to then, like, take care of a child and to, like, craft a child's brain in that way, and to, like, give them experiences that are going to be good and stuff. So, like, I definitely want to be, like, I don't know, confident in myself. I don't know how to describe it, but I don't know. Just have my, like, mental health solid. I think. Yeah. Because it's going to shake it for sure. Having, like, being pregnant, giving birth, like, newborn.
Lack of sleep sort of thing.
That's going to shake you, like, so much. And it's going to really test you. It's going to be the hardest thing I think anyone ever does, is to, like, especially, like, for women as well, like, to give birth and then to take care of it. And
because like, you become so attached to this thing that's just created.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. And I don't know, like, I wrote my dissertation on the mother-daughter relationship. And so I really delved into, like, how unhealed stuff just informs your parenting so much, which is not groundbreaking stuff what I'm saying right now. Everyone knows that. But it's, like, particularly being a woman, like, if I then have a daughter and, knowing my relationship with my own mother, my mother's with her, like, the way what I've come from, basically. Obviously, there's hardship and there's, like, toxicity and stuff. And there's also so much beauty and, like, connectiveness. But I want to try and lean more into the good side.
The good side of things, yeah. It's interesting, and I picked up on it just a minute ago. You said you don't want to make the same mistakes that your parents did. Yeah. That's something that is a huge fear of mine. Yeah. And not to get too deep and delve into it too much, actually cost me my most recent relationship as well. No. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't want to make it too deep and get too much into it because it's quite new, quite recent. But yeah, the insecurities.
Very sorry, though.
That's fine. The insecurities that you get from these sort of things really, really hits you quite a bit, So.
Yeah. No, for sure. Well, because they've taught you, like, how to act. Like, they've literally, your patterns of, behaviours and whatever, like, the way your brain works is because of what your parents have put you through. And you see that especially when you are in a relationship, because it's like you've never been as vulnerable with someone since your family, I feel like, until you fall in love. And even that's a different kind of love and vulnerability, obviously, because you're closer to that person in different ways. But I think being in a relationship does really bring up stuff you've gone through as a child. Like, I know for me, for sure it has. Like, because it's just that vulnerability, and it, like, just kind of brings out that inner child in you a bit. Because you're putting yourself out there by falling in love with someone and putting all your kind of feeling and, like, in someone else's hands, and, like, you can control it now. You have all the power now to really hurt me or make me really, really happy. And that just is so scary. And so I think that just speaks to the kind of child in you, and the child in you that might, have gone through really difficult stuff.
It's good to also become self-aware of it as well.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because I feel like there's so many people, it's probably the majority of people in life, that they don't ever really think about it.
Yeah.
Until it's too late. They're married into someone they don't like.
Yeah.
And it goes both ways, of
Yeah.
course. They've paid a mortgage on a house. They hate their kids. I mean, they don't hate their kids, but their kids are not raised properly. Because of this tortured relationship, and you become trapped, and then it just becomes the rest of your life, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Like, you need to choose so well the person you have a child with.
You need to be very lucky, and you also need to be the right person yourself, because if you think
yeah.
about it, if you're the right person and you're dating someone who's a bit of an arsehole, you're not going to tolerate that. So that's no go there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, I think it always stems from being the right person yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what I've heard from advice, relationship advice.
Yeah.
You when you're single and stuff, you're like, oh, what's the best way to get a girlfriend or something like that? And it's actually the best one I've ever heard was make yourself the right person that you would date yourself.
Yeah, of course.
So, and being reflective of the mistakes I've made in my last 2 relationships and why it went wrong. I mean, it's all my fault. I mean, I take full responsibility for us breaking up, but being able to make those mistakes now, as opposed to 34, is very beneficial, or 44, or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm happy I did, in a way. And it teaches you quite a lot.
Fact that you can, I don't know how recent it was, but the fact that you can sit there and be like, this was completely me. You've like gone through a very big step already of like healing from that.
Yes.
Because you have to be honest with yourself, because if you're not, then who the hell is going to be? Like, you need to be so tough with yourself and hold yourself accountable, because otherwise you're never going to grow or change and learn. And you have to be the one to push yourself, because you can't depend on other people to do that, because they're doing their own shit. They've got to push themselves.
Yeah,
like, everyone's in their own world.
We're all responsible for ourselves, aren't we?
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, I do think like self-awareness is so important in life as well. Like, I think everyone should be looking in the mirror and being like, who actually am I? Like, what am I contributing?
What do I want? Sort of
thing. Like, what am I really bringing to the table? This is even more general than just like being in a relationship, but like, and also self-love. I think that's very important for being in relationships and probably then having children as well. You need to really love yourself.
Yeah. I think having self-esteem is very important.
So important. Yeah. Damn. Getting very deep.
It did, but I don't mind talking about it.
Yeah.
It's
nice.
Nice.
I could yap about deep stuff all day long.
How deep do you want to go?
I don't know.
It sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? Actually.
Yeah. No. No, I don't know. I mean, I would just start crying if we got really deep.
If you start crying, I'll probably start crying.
But yeah.
So.
I mean, I don't want to talk too much about love, because I'm sure you're probably like, ugh, I don't want to talk about that now.
I don't mind talking about it, to be honest with you.
No.
It's the heartbreak that I experienced in my first relationship was very hard, because you don't know how to deal with it at first.
Yeah.
Have you been through heartbreak?
So I've never been through like explicit heartbreak where the relationships ended, but when I went to Australia, my boyfriend and I like took a break. And so that was like my little taster of heartbreak, because it was like, we might not ever get back together, but we probably will, because of the way we left things and the way we feel about each other. But also, who knows, 10 months apart, who knows? But yeah, I've not really experienced like full heartbreak.
It's not fun.
No.
It's not fun. But I learned a lot from my first heartbreak, and it's helping me with this one at the moment. I mean, it doesn't hurt as much. I'm not gonna say it doesn't hurt. It does hurt.
No, of course.
But I've been able to, go for the previous one and learn how to deal with it better. Just keep myself very busy.
Yeah.
Have good people around me to talk to and stuff.
Yeah.
That's very helpful. And do you know what? Looking at it with perspective, talking about being self-aware, taking accountability even for the mistakes that I made, and then saying, okay, I'll take this into my next relationship and be better.
Yeah.
And also viewing it as the new chapter in my life, because I'm just about to finish university.
Yeah.
We're all about to finish, aren't we?
Yeah.
So it's time to, as they say, a new chapter in your book, sort of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, also everyone's like, ugh, but everything happens for a reason. Like, I really advocate that. Like, the path you are on is supposed to be the way it is. Like, you are supposed to be experiencing this because it's going to springboard you to this. And some people who don't believe in like divine intervention or like I quite like astrology as well. But some people who don't believe in that, they're like, well, that's just life. Like, of course, one thing leads to another, to another. But isn't it beautiful to see that as like purposeful, and to find that like this is actually like driving me to learn these things, or to meet these people, or to, you know, have these experiences. Like, that is what I'm supposed to be doing, because this is what I'm doing. I feel like that surety, being sure.
I don't know about you, but I think believing in something bigger than yourself helps as well. Like, I think what you just said there. That's
Which is, obviously that's what religion
either
is.
It's God, or it's some other religious leader sort of thing. But yeah, I think as you get older, I don't know about you, but I've definitely started believing in something bigger than myself. That's helped me through life.
How do you mean?
So believing in fate a little bit. You know, looking at bad things as good things.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's just basic stoicism, you know, being able to accept the bad and turn it into the good sort of thing.
I do think you are quite a stoic person.
You think?
Not that you don't show emotion, but like I think you're quite like, well, there we go. Like, I think you are, I don't know, obviously I don't know you super well because I haven't spent like extended hours with you, but like, I don't know, the way you just talk about stuff, see life, I feel like you're quite, well, you know what, move on, it's fine. Like, you just gotta, that's life, that's what I've been dealt, so let's just move on now. Which I think is quite similar to what I was talking about. But it's hard to practice sometimes, to get not caught up in like the why did this happen to me, or like, you know, how am I ever going to get through this, or
how is this fair? You know? And I was speaking to someone yesterday about God and something bigger than yourself, and she made a point that how can you really believe in something bigger than yourself when all this tragedy happens in life? You know, how many people die of hunger and starvation, etc., that sort of thing. Yeah. And how can you say that's divine intervention? But I guess that's just part of living, isn't it?
Yeah. I definitely don't believe in like something setting the course for everything.
Yeah, I don't like that idea of everything's determined. Yeah. I feel like you can rewrite your fate. Yeah. You know, I think that I don't like the idea of everything's concrete.
No. But I do think that like when you go through hard stuff, you can find solace in being like, okay, but I am learning so much from this, and like I am going to be so much better at when this inevitably happens again, because we'll always like go through difficult stuff. And so there's a reason this is here, and this is being like, you know, put on me right now. So yeah. But no, definitely you can change your fate. One day you can wake up and be completely different, like, which is pretty cool.
This conversation is like, it captures the essence of the beauty of a podcast, because you can be going talking about non-fiction books.
True.
Dissertation, finishing university, talking about divine intervention, God, hardships, love, heartbreak.
Yeah, how the hell? When did we end the book talk?
This happened with all the podcasts I've done. Not talking about heartbreak, but like talking about anything really. Yeah. You know, George's one was pretty good. We talked about his role in the film. Did you listen to it?
I didn't.
You did not. Don't mind. No,
I'm sorry.
No,
it did come out at like peak assignment time, I think, or something like that. I will listen to it.
You don't have to. You don't. I
live with the guy, so it's like
you listen to his beautiful voice every day.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah, but we went through like just random stuff, like from working out, living in Norway, to him asking me, would I fuck my mum, dad?
What that would you rather?
Yeah.
Of like
kill. I think it was like something like fuck, marry, and kill. And he's like, my girlfriend at the time, my mum, and my dad.
Oh, he's disgusting.
I actually know.
It's gross.
Because I knew it was coming. I remember him saying before, like joking, like if I could come on, I would probably ask you this and that sort of thing. And I was thinking, you dickhead, I need to ask you before you ask me. And I completely forgot. Yeah. So when he looked at me and started like saying it, I was like, no. How did I forget?
Do not ask me that. I'm not answering that question.
Yeah, do not answer that. I'm not going to ask that to other people.
No, yeah. Ugh, he always has weird little questions.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a weirdo.
Oh, I love George loads.
I love him too.
Great guy.
He is a great guy. He just left back to Norway now.
Was it
yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it. No, we're seeing him again. He's not gone forever.
July. Well, graduation.
Yeah.
I think that's the next time he's back.
Well, no, he'll be back for EGB.
Oh, he's back for EGB?
Yeah, so he'll be back in a couple of weeks. But then I think he's going again, because he's got his National Norwegian Day or something coming up, which is just one big piss up. It's like their Independence Day, like from when they were independent from like Sweden or something. So he told me the daily plan. It's like wake up 9 a.m, go to my friend's breakfast, start drinking. That's about 3 hours long. Then maybe go to another place, continue drinking. And I'm like, dude, by 3 p.m. you will be asleep. You will be asleep. You can't start drinking at 9. That's foul.
Holy
I could
shit.
never do that. You're not a big drinker, are you?
I don't drink.
No, not at all.
No, not for... So the last time I drank was the 7th of November, 2020.
Wow.
21st birthday.
Your 21st?
Mm-hmm.
What made you do that?
So it was that September. I went on holiday with some people from that I've just known growing up, basically. I slept with someone drunk and didn't use protection, and I thought, oh shit, I could have gotten her pregnant.
Wow.
And it was this huge fear that stuck with me from that moment. I was like,
my God.
I remember just laying there awake, just thinking, shit. What
You didn't know this girl; it was just someone you met that night.
I've known her, but I didn't know her well enough. You know, friends of friends, sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
So
you'd gone on holiday with her?
Not with her, but she was part of the group that went on holiday.
Yeah.
I went with a close mate at the time.
Okay.
He organised it. We all drove down there, and yeah.
She didn't get pregnant.
No, because I don't think I'd be standing here now.
No, what do you mean? Well, you'd be with the baby?
Yeah, of course. You got to be
responsible.
responsible.
Okay. If she had it, okay. Yeah. Wow. That's scary. So that you were like, okay, you can be so reckless with alcohol. Like, I don't want to drink it again.
It was that, and it was. I didn't stop drinking then, but I remember I kept coming back to it, sort of thing, when I would drink a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you know what, man? I'm just gonna put this down and stop.
Wow.
I remember I had 2 cans of Copperberg, got a headache. I was like, fuck it, this is it. Just packed it in.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, alcohol is like a funny one because, I mean, I'm not going to lie, like I do love getting a bit pissed with all my friends, especially like the times where I love it the most is just like when it's the summer and it's like there's things going on.
Like a beer garden atmosphere.
Beer garden, yeah.
Or barbecue.
But I am going through these things now. I'll wake up, you know, after like a big night. Like when I handed in my dis, I went immediately to London to see my sister and we had a big party night. We went to a club in Camden and like I got really drunk. And I woke up the next day and I just felt atrocious. Like the worst I've ever felt in my life. I was being sick all day, which I've never really had before. And I didn't eat a single thing. And I the whole time was like, I'm in London for 3 days. 1 day gone. Like that day I didn't do anything worth talking about. Like really it was not good. And B, like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? Why did I get so drunk? Why do I feel so shit now? Why have I just made myself feel like this? And I keep getting those little thought processes when I have like a particularly bad hangover. I'm like, why did I do that? But there's a lot of pressure. Not that people are pressuring me, but like...
You feel like you make your own pressure, don't you?
Yeah.
And we all do. I'm not just saying it's just you specifically, but we always want to sort of fit in. It's a social pressure, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to be the odd one out from the group, but you need to be very... I think, for me, I'm very lucky that I have friends that, you know, accept that I don't drink. You know, they wouldn't push me, because if they did, they wouldn't be my friends.
Of course,
I would never hang out with people like that.
No,
And I really do have sympathy for people that don't like drinking, but only do it because they want to be with people. You know, and it's not me judging them at all, but like, I understand it.
That's such a predicament. I do feel bad for those people because it's like, why should it be like, oh, well, they don't drink? It's like, well, then they're not going to come to all these things. What does that say about the people that are hosting those events where it's like, oh, we're all going to the pub, and one person's like, well, I don't really drink. And it's like, okay, well, then don't come. It's like, what the hell? What do you mean? Like, of course they can come or something. It's not like I'm drinking thinking, I wish I wasn't drinking. I definitely want to be drinking. It's just then I'm like getting into those states. I'm like, I don't need to be doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't. I don't need to be getting shit-faced. But I was talking more like the pressure of like the night. Like, come on, everyone's getting drunk. Like, let's all just be silly and have a good time, which is so fun in the moment. But it's just the next day.
It's the
next day.
Yeah, it's the results, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of thing. I hate you. I have had some good nights out and like drinking and stuff, and I do look back on them with good memories.
Yeah.
You know, I remember one of my favourite times was we're in the Spoons back in my town, and my friend he put like 4 or 5 spirits in his vodka and Coke, downed it, looked like he was having like a heart attack, grabbed the burger, ate it, and just completely like regenerated it. It was so weird.
Wait, like he puked?
No, he didn't puke it. He just literally just ate a burger and just completely revived himself of all the heart attack.
Oh.
There's also times with me and my friend when we're in the club, we would be dancing next to like the biggest muscular dudes. We'd be dancing behind them, tap them on the shoulder, and then look away and see how long we can do that before.
Mate, you're gonna get smacked doing that.
Honestly, touch wood. So far, we've not been caught.
No way. That's something I see so much with guys in clubs, like just getting caught in like the wrong little like, I don't know, situation, interaction, and before you know, you're being smacked by some massive guy. And we just don't experience that as girls in the club.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Which is very good. Yeah. I think it does also showcase like the dangers of alcohol. Like you sort of, reduce your
inhibition.
It inhibits your logical thinking.
Yeah, something like that. One of your lobes takes a back seat for a bit. Yeah,
I don't think in any situation I'm going to go up to some big ass dude, tap him on the shoulder.
Yeah, just right now. Like you would never do that. Yeah, no. I mean, alcohol as well is so dangerous, and I think like there's so many people that have just died because they've just drank too much one night, or like get into a fight, one punch and they're dead, or like those things, or just people driving, or even just walking, getting hit by a car, or like swimming because they're like, this is jokes. Like it is really bad, like some stuff that can happen when you just overdrink. But yeah, I
think the biggest fear that I see from it is people is getting addicted to it.
Oh yeah,
like that entrapment that it has on you. Addiction. I don't think I've ever really had it. I think the biggest addiction or overconsumption or something was probably video games growing up. But that never that affected me when I was younger, and doesn't affect me now.
No, yeah.
So being caught and trapped in that vice that addiction brings to you is something that
it's such a tricky one, because it's like so socially acceptable. Like I've worked in hospitality since I was like 17, and that is, everyone's bloody alcoholic in hospitality. Like the place I work now, it's like after every shift, every single staff member buys a couple cans, probably gets a pint there, maybe has another. And I'm like, you work like 5 times a week. So every night you work, you're like having 3 pints and you've bought a couple cans to then drink at home. You're definitely over drinking. Like you're definitely an alcoholic, because you're consuming so much alcohol and you're thinking about that alcohol when you clock off that you can have a pint. And I'm like, and I look around and I'm like, shit, it is like quite hidden, but alcoholism is like everywhere, especially in hospitality. Like it's quite scary.
Yeah. And a good podcast that I'd recommend is Andrew Huberman. He did an episode on alcohol.
Yeah.
And something that he said in it, because have you heard of his podcast?
Yeah.
It's basically just very science-based stuff.
Yeah.
He looked at the impacts of one bottle of alcohol. He concluded in the episode that there's no benefit at all to drinking alcohol.
Oh yeah.
Not even like one bottle. Even one bottle has a negative impact on your tolerance of stress.
What about the red wine thing?
I think the red wine thing is you need to drink so much of it that it's good to have the good effects.
Oh,
but even then
the negatives, like
by then you're swamped by all these negatives, aren't you? So
no, yeah.
It's like if too much consumption of it, obviously, isn't good for you. But yeah, I mean, it's good that you're a big advocate for exercise and stuff as well. Like when I bumped into you the other day, your leg day.
Yeah, on my way to the gym.
You said you went for a run this morning.
Yes, well, a failed run. I'm a bit embarrassed because I trained legs yesterday as well, and I went with my housemate Henry. We are very into the gym and running. We've been doing it together a lot, and I was like, oh, should we do like a leg day together? I also had forgotten my phone, so I had no music. So I was like, okay, you really have to entertain me now and do a leg day with me because I need music for my leg day. So I went pretty hard on like my squats and my RDLs. And then he was like, well, we started running now. Let's do some like unilateral, the ones where you only train one leg at a time. So like leg extension, one leg, or like leg press, one leg.
Like the Bulgarian split squats.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Like when you train one leg at a time, it's really good for runners. And we're both trying to get quite fast at running. It's like our new thing. So I did that, and that's bloody hard. And like I did calf stuff, which I never really do. I don't know why, because I was just following him. And then this morning, I was like, I think I might run. And I started running, and like immediate calf cramp. Like it was so bad. And I was like, oh my God, how am I going to go for 5K? And I got to like 3.7 and I was like, I'm tapping out. I'm really embarrassed. It's just like, I wish I could have done the whole thing, but.
You still turned up and did something. Though.
Exactly.
That's better than not doing anything.
Yeah. So. But no, putting it on my Strava, I'm a bit embarrassed, which is bad. The minute you like social media anything, like
You know,
whether it's music or sports or just your life, it's like it definitely changes your experience of it.
Because it makes you feel like you need to be very objective of what you're doing and not showcasing the bads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's like if you couldn't tell anyone, would you still run a marathon?
Yeah.
But that's you.
100%.
But I think a lot of people be like my house, Henry was like, no. Like, I'd run it to be like, I ran a marathon, you know? It's like...
Taking it off your bucket list, isn't it, really?
Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting. But no, yeah, I do like my fitness. Well, my mum is a bodybuilder, so the gym is in my DNA. But
that's cool. That is very cool to have your mum as a bodybuilder.
Yeah. I mean, I've not met anyone whose parent is a bodybuilder, so I'm still pretty cool.
Yeah, you are in my life as well, because I don't think I've never met someone with that sort of thing. So.
Yeah. No. I mean, yeah, it's cool. Like, she's very impressive and definitely was like, muscly women are beautiful, because it's a big thing for women. It's like, don't get bigger, don't look manly, whatever. The fact that muscly has to equate manly, like, and not feminine is like, you know, trying to change that thinking, which I really appreciate. And now I have loads of girlfriends who like are really like into the gym and are getting really big, like super muscly. And it's really cool because like my mum, when she was starting to compete, like there wasn't a lot of that. And so whenever they're at my house and like talking to my mum, they're like, you know, chatting about the gym and stuff, which is nice. And I show my mum all their videos because they have like their Instagram like accounts dedicated to the gym.
So she's like a big inspiration.
Yeah.
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
That is very sweet.
No, she's definitely a big inspiration to me. I mean, in general, because like she pretty much raised, like, because my parents divorced when I was 3 and my mum hasn't been in a serious relationship since then. So she, like, 3 kids on her own every other week, working and also dedicating to her, like, athleticism, because she was an athlete. She was 6th in the world for, like, a couple years and, like, for bodybuilding and, you know, going to competitions and also starting her own business and raising 3 kids who were not easy.
That's very impressive.
So, yeah, she's pretty cool. She's very cool. And she's gone through a lot in her own childhood with her mum and, you know, her parents divorced as well. And she had a lot of siblings. And so, yeah, definitely inspired me to write my diss for sure. Because of, like, all that cool stuff.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. How did your film go in the end? How did the editing process go?
It was okay. I basically lived at Thornley for about 2 weeks after, because I didn't go home until near the end of April. I basically just lived in the editing suite, going backwards and forwards at it. You know, and do you know what? I'm happy with what I've done.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's the thing of hindsight, and when you watch it back and see, oh shit, here and now I made mistakes and stuff. But I'm very happy with it. Very grateful for George, Anna, Simon, David, Jack, you know, Anna.
I need
everyone.
to see it. I'm not gonna be able to come on Wednesday, by the way.
It's alright. I'll upload
because
it.
I've got a shift, so I definitely need to see it.
Well, I'll post it on YouTube.
Am I actually in it?
Yeah, you're in it for about a frame.
Oh my god.
A couple frames, because you got your little wave.
Yeah, but I thought maybe you wouldn't. I don't know. There could have been something that removed that, but
yeah, initially I was going to have it in it, but I got some good feedback from James actually, saying that it looked a bit awkward.
Or with the wave or without the wave?
With the wave, because
oh shit.
Because
oh,
it
no.
was no. Sorry, the way I meant it was not your wave particularly, but the way that Anna was waving to you.
Yeah.
And then the rest of that shot is them just walking up to the altar.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's dragged out like too longer.
Yeah. I see what
it
you mean.
needs to be. So I had to sort of recreate that shot to make it seem as though Anna waved to you, and then they were like really close to the altar. If that makes sense.
Yeah. That actually makes sense. Yeah.
So, but you're still in it. So
cool. That's all I care about. No, yeah, that was fun. That was really fun.
I'm very happy that everyone was able to help. Honestly, I just couldn't believe how many people were willing to turn up.
Yeah.
You know, to
that is
help
nice.
out. Because at the end of the day, it was second term even.
Oh, it was peak times.
It was peak assignment time.
Yeah. Did you help with anyone else's?
I don't think I did. No, someone used the XTV office for some filming. But I don't think I did help out with anyone else. I think I did try to offer to help Will, who did the sound.
Yeah.
You've met Will.
Yeah. I ran into him the other day actually. I want to see his as well.
From what I've not actually seen it. He sent me the link. I've completely forgotten to watch it. Because I'm trying to get him to come on Wednesday to screen his film.
Yeah.
Because I want other people to be able to bring their crew and cast to watch it in the Queen's.
Make a little, like, I don't know, a little Oscars of it.
Yeah, or like a little showcase event. I think that would be quite nice.
Because I ran into India yesterday.
Which one? India?
Walton Salmon.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. But they actually, no, they didn't make a film. I'm trying to think. No, they wrote this. Ignore what I just said. But yeah. No, I really wish I could have come on Wednesday, but I need to work. I really need to work.
Yeah, of course. I understand it's money needs to go into your bank account.
Yeah, especially for the summer. Have you got summer plans already?
So, funny enough, we mentioned Norway. I'm trying to go and see a friend who lives in Norway, and she graduated from Exeter last year.
Ah.
So I'm trying to sort of liaise with her to go and see her.
Yeah, nice.
In like June, end of July, August time.
Yeah. You just said 3 different months.
Yeah, it's because it's not concrete dates.
Yeah.
Because she's busy all of July, and June might be too close. I don't know yet, because I'm sort of trying to do it when I get paid. I then book a ticket, sort of thing. So I need to see how expensive it is to fly over there.
Yeah. As in for your internship, you mean get paid? Or?
Yeah, because I only need to do 15 hours a week maximum for that, which is good, very good.
Nice.
Hopefully I'm going to Madrid. Do you know Carla Wills?
No.
I'm surprised because she's a film student.
I mean, I might recognise her face. I just might have never.
Yeah, I think it's a name over, it's a face over name sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go see her in Madrid.
Cool.
Then hopefully I'm trying to. She's not seen my message yet, but someone who's from Expose lives in Portugal, so I'm gonna try and see her in Portugal.
So you're just using people.
Absolutely, and with
disgusting.
pleasure. Absolutely.
Portugal's so good. I went to Lisbon last summer, with my boyfriend.
It's quite cheap to fly over there as well, from what I've seen.
I actually didn't experience that. I mean, I went early September. I found that like staying there, like the Airbnb cost and the flight was the most expensive part, and then being there, like traveling around, eating, all super cheap. And that was Lisbon. I don't know about like other parts, like the Algarve. I remember I flew very cheaply to the Algarve, so maybe that's why. Where in Portugal do they live?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I don't know. She has not told me. Or yeah, I just don't remember. I think she has told me sometimes. It might be Lisbon actually.
Yeah, it's a great city.
And then I've also got Will, who lives in France, so I might try.
Oh yeah, so he actually does live in France.
He lives just outside Paris.
Wow.
So hopefully I can sort of get a trip out of him, because I know we spoke about it before, and you know it's that one of those things that that sounds good.
Yeah.
And he never planned it. And I just really want to plan it, because I really want to go out before I get into a career and a job.
Yeah, of course.
Sort of thing.
Yeah. And you want to travel?
I would like to travel here
like
and there.
Big travel, like
a whole year out sort of thing.
Yeah, is that what you want to do? Or? Obviously not now, but at some point.
Yeah, I'd have to see how much money I have in my account and where I'm at in terms of like a career. Like I can come out of a job, and then when I come back from that travel, I can go straight into another one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, for sure. Do you know where you'd like to go?
For some reason, I'm Germany is definitely on my list. Russia, and I generally mean that.
These are rogue choices. I thought you would say the classic Bali, Thailand.
No, I like Russia because of their tombs that they have of like Stalin and Lenin, which is very precise. But I've for some reason become interested in communism. I'm not as like I don't practice it.
So you're a communist?
No, I don't believe in the ideology. I think it's.
But you're interested in the history and like.
Yeah, I think I should have said the history, not the ideology itself. No, I not really. Sort of do disagree with quite a lot of the communist ideology.
Okay.
I think the 20th century's sort of shown us what happens, you know, with it.
I don't know enough about all this, so I'm not going to chime in.
Yeah, but I think that the fact that they still sort of have tombs there is quite interesting. I just want that haunting feeling of walking to a tomb where someone that's murdered so many people.
You loved the Belgium trip in school.
Never went.
You never, the Berlin trip or whatever. Did you go to like do those World War II, World War I trips?
No, because they did the Auschwitz one, didn't they? Auschwitz.
We never had the Auschwitz one.
Really?
No. My housemate's from Poland, and she went to Auschwitz with her boyfriend.
Oh, perfect date.
And then, have you seen The Zone of Interest?
No.
Oh my gosh, that's an amazing film. It's about one of the head guys. I do not know the terms. But he lived like next door to Auschwitz because he was in charge of Auschwitz, and so he had to live on the grounds. And so like from his backyard, you see like all the fencing, and you hear the gunshots and you hear the screaming and like.
You sure that's not the boy in striped pajamas?
No.
'Cause that's the same.
Similar concept, but he actually lives on the grounds of Auschwitz, whereas Boy in Striped Pajamas is like kind of far away. But this is more like, this is quite a kind of artsy film where it's just filming shots. Like there's no kind of storyline. It's just a kind of couple days in their life of like what it looks like to be a kind of German family living on the outskirts of Auschwitz. Very haunting film. It's really good, I think. Like my boyfriend was like, I hate this. There's no narrative. This was boring. I loved it. But that's me. But yeah, Auschwitz, never got to. You never went either.
No, I've only been to one country.
Which one?
Netherlands.
Oh, because that's where your ex lived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it was actually when we did the War on Visual Media presentation.
Yeah.
Not me and you, but like when
that was due.
It was during, it was reading week. That was it.
Yeah,
my first
yeah.
time.
And was that your first time going over there?
Yeah, first time going abroad and over there. Yeah.
Wow.
But and that taste of going away and experiencing a new culture was actually riveting.
I can't believe you've only been to one country. That's amazing. Wow. Did you even have a passport? Like,
I did get one a couple of years ago. 2018 is when I got mine.
how come you thought you were going to go away, or?
So it was my first relationship. I was supposed to go over and see part of her family in America, but we broke up before I did,
okay.
and yeah.
Yeah,
So-
wow. Wow. We're completely different. Yes.
You've been pretty much everywhere.
Oh,
That is someone trying to get into the studio.
well, that's really rude.
I do hope someone's out there to let them in.
Yeah, I've just seen someone. No, we're completely different because I was born in China. So
You were born in China?
yeah, I was born in Beijing because of
What the fuck?
So my dad is a project manager, and like, he was basically working for something. I mean, I don't remember. I was newborn, but like, in Beijing. So yeah, that's why my siblings were born in Australia. It's the same reason, because of my dad's work. But
Holy
yeah,
shit.
yeah, and obviously I'm half French, so like lived in France for a bit. But yeah,
Yeah, we definitely are the opposites, aren't we?
like my parents met in Tokyo
My goodness.
because they were both working there at the time, and then lived in America and stuff. Yeah, we're all over. But no, yeah, never been back.
What to China?
No.
Why is that?
Don't really have many reasons, to be honest.
Is it just the...
I mean, I probably should. Like, it's pretty cool. It's a cool country. There's so much history. My boyfriend's half Chinese, so yeah, half German, half Chinese.
Oh, wow. Does he speak both?
So German he speaks like pretty well. I don't think it's as good as like my French is, but Mandarin, like he can understand a little bit, but not a lot. No, yeah. And you can only speak English. Or
Barely.
anything else? Barely English. What have we been doing this whole time?
Yeah.
Mumbling.
Mumbling and
Yeah.
spewing shit out my mouth.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, man, you need to travel.
I do. I really do.
I mean, it's obviously such a privilege traveling. Like, I'm talking like it's everyone should do it, but it's so expensive.
You need the money, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Which, yeah, I definitely...
Have your siblings been out of the country?
My sister's been to Guernsey, and Mexico. I think she's been to the States.
Wow. Okay, so a bit more.
Bit more. I think she's been somewhere else, but I'm
Guernsey.
trying to remember.
That's crazy.
Yeah. She went with my
Alright.
mum and her partner at the time to go and see their family at the time.
Oh. No, I've
Yeah.
never been there. Yeah. You got to get out there.
I really do, and I do look forward to it. You know, if I am able to go to Norway, that'd be fucking brilliant.
It is, yeah. I would love to go. Yeah, maybe you could see George. You just would so love traveling, like, because I can tell you just feed off people, like, you know, new people, new things. Like, I can tell that's what inspires you. And so, like, if you did like a big like tour of countries where you were just new country, maybe every month or something, you'd really find yourself.
Oh God. Would you do it?
I mean, I've done it.
You've done it.
Yeah. I mean, I've did half of it because it was in 2019 to 2020, so it got all cut short.
Your gap year.
But I did
Or
a
your
gap
gap
year.
year.
My gap year. Yeah, I did. So I went to Australia for like 2 months. I stayed with some family and then travelled a bit around with 2 of my friends. And then I went to New Zealand for 3 weeks. That's an incredible country. You would love that. You like outdoors.
Yeah.
You would love New Zealand. Like, it's a beautiful country. And then I did go to Bali for a month, which was amazing as well. Really beautiful. And then I had to go home. But I had planned to go to Thailand, Vietnam, the Philippines and Japan, but that all got removed. But then when I was in Australia this time around, I went to the Philippines at the end. It was 3 weeks.
That's good.
Yeah. Which was incredible as well. I think the Philippines is an unbelievable place. It really is. I think it's better than Bali, actually. Hot take.
How come?
Well, it's just not as busy because Bali's filled with Europeans and Australians now, and everything is like a tourist like trap, and everyone's like, it's just mobs of people taking photos, and it's just not a very like nice experience sometimes. Don't get me wrong, like the parts of it are so unbelievably beautiful and like worth it, and I would definitely go back for sure, but it's just becoming more and more like the gap year students. But the Philippines is a bit less.
It's just the way people say that.
No,
always cracks me up.
It's funny.
Because you can picture people that, the people that would say that.
Yeah,
you can picture people
they're all
that
in
you know.
Exeter.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
All here. But the Philippines is just a bit less visited. But definitely getting up there. There are parts of it like on the west side, all these, that's called like Puerto Princesa. Those kind of islands, a lot more like gap year students versus the eastern islands. I mean, I think the southern islands are like all riddled with pirates, I'm pretty sure. I remember when I was Googling, I was like, is it safe to go to all of these islands? And it said something like the like southeast is those southeastern islands. Because there's about 2,000 islands in the Philippines. Those southeastern ones are like very dangerous. Bit of illegal trading, some pirates. Which would have been cool. But I don't think for a little girl like me going over there
with all these scary pirates.
Yeah.
Because when I think of the pirates, I just think of parts of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
These people on their boats and stuff.
I'm thinking more like Somalian pirates, like with AK-47s and like fucking crazy, violence. But no, Philippines, really cool. But these are all far places. You just need to go to Europe. I haven't even done that much of Europe, which, like, I've been to France, Germany, Spain, Portugal, Greece, somewhere else, Belgium, but like school trip. But I'm going to Croatia for my birthday, which is really cool. I've never been.
What part of Croatia?
Dubrovnik, because I'm going to go to all the Game of Thrones sets. So me and my boyfriend are obsessed with Game of Thrones, and we've made a little pin on Google Maps of every single part of it, like the stairs, the walk of shame, like where she does the shame walk. Yeah. Like where the Blackwater Bay is, like that war was, the little battle. I mean, yeah, I'm really excited.
That is sick.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
We're going to do our own little self-guided tour, because there's obviously so many guided tours, but I'm like, I don't like being those guys with the headphones and like, follow me with the like flag, and you like walking around following this guy.
Then you've got, I think like, you can experience it for yourself, can't you?
Yeah.
And if you said you're both obsessed with the show and the series, you'd know basically whatever you...
Well, because also Justin, my boyfriend, just knows the lore so well. It pisses me off. He literally can remember every detail of like the shows we love, like Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, Game of Thrones. Like, he just remembers like the character. Who knows all the names of the characters in Game of Thrones? Like, who actually does? I don't even remember like the main ones sometimes.
Depends how many times you've seen it.
Yeah, but even like, I think even with him having seen it like a couple times, he can remember so many details. So he'll be my tour guide. He'll remind me of the scenes. But yeah, no, I'm excited about that. But you should go there, seeing as you love Game of Thrones. Yeah,
I've also got a housemate who's Croatian. I forgot to add that to the list of things I'm trying to hopefully do, because I speaking to him yesterday about potentially convincing. Well, he said he was open to the idea of me and our house this year going over to visit him in Croatia.
Where in Croatia does he live?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh.
He's told me, and I've completely forgotten.
Okay.
But I would love to.
It's a beautiful country. Like the Adriatic Sea, that's like the sea in between Italy and Croatia. Really cool coastline, like pebbly beaches, but really beautiful, quite dramatic, rustic rocks everywhere.
And then when you come back from that, you've got your graduation.
Was that after? No, I come back on like just before my birthday's the 10th of June. I'll be in Croatia for that, and then I've got like my party with my family when I get back, and then I'm going to Glastonbury.
Oh, well.
I'm volunteering for one of the charities that pays you win a ticket, basically, there, with my brother and his girlfriend at Glastonbury.
What are you expecting?
Oh, my God. Well, my brother's like a festival veteran and also like a volunteering at places veteran. So I'm in safe hands, like him and his girlfriend have done it a lot. So I'm definitely like going to be taken care of. But I don't know what I'm expecting. Like my brother, when he went 2 years ago, he was like, it's just an unbelievable like festival. It's so big. It becomes like the third biggest city. Obviously it's not a city when it's set up in the south of England. Like it becomes the third biggest city, which is crazy. I'm just excited for like even more than the music. Like I know that there's yoga, there's like hikes around because it's a beautiful part of the country. Me and my brother's girlfriend are like really into yoga, so we're going to do a lot of that. Obviously also the acts like Coldplay. I love Coldplay.
That's good.
I get laughed at when I say that. I'm glad you like appreciate it.
I love Coldplay. They've got good stuff. I mean, when I hear their music, I am always brought back to this quote that I heard when I was at Tesco's. Was Coldplay music is the music you listen to when you put your dog down.
Oh.
And sometimes
they do have some sad songs.
They do have some very sad songs.
Songs that made me cry.
Yeah, they are.
But his voice is just so beautiful, and like they're just fun to watch. And my dad loves them, and so I know he's so jealous that we're going. But that means as a kid, like I listened to them so much because my dad would just play them in the car all the time. So I'm just really excited for that. And there's a couple other artists that, because Glastonbury's so big, there are so many artists that go. Like you would never see that many in any other festival that you actually want to see. So like after the headliners, I'm also so excited for all these little acts and stuff. I don't know if you would know them. But.
No, I which ones?
Like Little Sims.
Not heard of them.
She's a rapper. Did you ever watch Top Boy?
What's it about?
Top Boy. It's about like the kind of drug gangs in London.
No.
It's really good. She also acts in that. Who else? Jordan Reiki.
No.
He's kind of like a Tom Misch. Do you know Tom Misch?
No.
Dude, you gotta just get onto that suggested part of Spotify.
Indie scene.
It's not indie actually. It's kind of like alternative. I think it's not really like indie's not like my favorite, but.
What do you mean by alternative?
Exactly.
Oh, it's like just completely different from the mainstream.
Well, I don't know. Alternative to me is like kind of experimental. Maybe he's not alternative. I would say sometimes he's a bit R&B, but he could definitely be a bit more like electronic and then a bit alternative. I actually don't even know alternative. I just pulled that out of my ass.
It's one of those words that you can just associate with the music, but you can't explain it.
Like indie, which
like
is what
indie.
we learn in our great module.
Oh God, yeah.
Did you hate that module?
I didn't. I think by the time I came to my final one of my final modules, when my focus was on my dissertation.
Yeah.
XTV, burnout was hitting me.
Yeah.
I just didn't turn up to any of the classes.
No, yeah, you didn't. We missed you.
I did. No, I'm happy that we stuck with our group.
Yeah.
You know, because I remember me and Anna worked together in our first module, in the module.
Yeah.
In the first
British
term.
Screens.
Yeah. And I was like, I knew we worked together then, so I knew I chose her over Will, and not because obviously Will's a closer friend, but I knew I made the right choice because of me, you, Sam, and Gus.
Yeah, it was so
Anna.
cool that we got to work together.
And I actually, do you know what? It's funny because I tried to scare you with the grade that I got.
Did you not get that grade?
No, I got like I got 69, 68.
Tom, this whole time I've thought you got a 50. Tom, oh my God. I'm so glad you didn't. Because the fact that would have been an average between a 68 and whatever was your personal grade.
I've literally done such a shit job.
You would have done like a 32 in your like, I'm so glad you didn't get a 50.
None of you bit that.
Because
I was so
thought that's
disappointed.
what you got. And so I didn't want to like salt the wound. Oh my God, I'm so glad you didn't. I was so worried for you.
Same here. My God, yeah.
Shit, man. So you got a 69?
69. It was either 68 or 69, but
okay.
Yeah.
So what did you get in your personal grade? Like your.
So the group got the 70, and the other one got 68. So
Nice.
yeah, 69.
Yeah. No, I was happy. It's just those were such weighted assignments, being like 1 30-credit module with 2, like basically that was 15 credits, like that we just were being graded on, which is crazy. That's what scares me, is like the weight of those, because they can affect your grade so much.
Yeah, they can.
But no, yeah. God.
How do you get on with the essay?
Again, I was in burnout territory. Like that month, I had just had so much to do with my dis, and I just wasn't interested in it. I'm okay. I'm like happy with what I made in the end. I mean, I'm okay with it. I don't think I'm very happy. But yeah, how did you find it?
I'll probably get like a low 2-1 for it, or
Really?
2-1 for it. Yeah. It was just one of those that I did a lot of research for, just read it, and I'm happy it's done.
Yeah.
Because obviously my focus was on my dissertation.
Yeah. You kind of had to prioritize the disc with it being so big. And yeah, I wanted to make my disc really good. Like, I wanted to be proud of it, so yeah. But now I just don't know what they're going to give me. I feel very vulnerable, don't you? Like, what if they're watching your film right now?
They could be, actually, yeah.
Yeah. That they could just be reading my thing and going, what?
What is she on about?
The fuck? She clearly was smoking something. Like, she clearly thinks she's making some groundbreaking claims right now. But anyway, we'll see. Everyone I've showed it to have been like, wow, this is so great. Like, my boyfriend read the whole thing for me before I submitted it. And it wasn't small. It was 35 pages of, like, a topic that he just does not understand that much. Just literally couldn't be further away. It's like mother-daughter relationship. And it's so feminist and, like, you know. But he read the whole thing for me.
That's very sweet.
Very sweet.
That's very sweet of him.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good guy.
He is a great guy. He's great.
If he listens to this, he's going to love this part.
Yeah. I hope he's listening. He said he would, but I don't know. Now I'm getting all nervous thinking, am I talking to him right now? No, he's great.
Yeah.
He's good. He's actually in Italy right now.
Oh, shit.
In Sicily with his two friends on a little holiday in beautiful Sicily. I'm very jealous. He's got a wonderful view on the ocean. I just need to get on holiday ASAP. Like, I'm so sick of the UK. Like, I spent a year in Australia and was going to, like, different parts of the country, like, every other month. I then went to the Philippines. I just haven't been this still.
In a while.
Well,
but yeah. It's done now. Uni's done.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm excited. After graduation, I'm going to go to France with some of my girlfriends, which I'm really excited for.
What are you going to do?
Probably lay on the beach and tan all day and go for little drinks and, yeah, probably get a bit drunk.
Does sound pretty good.
Yeah. No, we're going to Nice, which I've actually never been to, but it is the south, which is near where my family actually live. But yeah, and then I guess I'll go see my family as well at some point.
Which part? Where is it? Cousins and uncles and aunts?
So, cousins, yeah, aunts. No uncles. All my aunts have been divorced. Have gotten divorced. And my mum only has sisters as well. That's what I mean by a very woman-heavy family.
I see. Yeah.
And like, I only have one male cousin on my mum's side. No, sorry, two. And the rest are women. And there's lots of us. Like, I've got like 30 cousins and like all of them are women.
Damn. Could you imagine being like the only guy in between all of that?
Yeah, like my brother and my cousin, yeah. No, but it's good. I've made my brother a great man because, like, we've made him just a great man because of it. Like, he's very aware and, like, and his girlfriend couldn't be more similar to, like, me and my sister. Like, she's very strong-headed, like, assertive again, like, you know, she definitely doesn't take any bullshit. So I'm like, obviously he likes that because he's seen it in us and he's like, no, I don't want, like, I want, like, a woman like that. I don't want, you know.
It keeps his standards high.
Yeah.
Keeps him.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You should uphold a standard that you also expect from other people, I think. Don't expect from people stuff that you wouldn't actually do, I think.
That's good.
Yeah. But if you have high standards, then that kind of makes it hard to find someone that, or to, I don't know, just be, like, satisfied or...
Yeah, I think you need to be...
realistic or...
Yeah, I don't think you can be super high standards, like they have to be a 10 out of 10 sort of thing, you know.
No one is.
No, of course not.
Literally no one is. Yeah. Damn. Do you feel, like, kind of sad about the summer now that you're, like, you're not in your relationship anymore, or do you feel excited about it? Because sometimes it's hard in the summer when you, like, you might have made plans and stuff. Or
the plans was for her to... I was going to see her in 2 weeks' time, go over to the Netherlands again, celebrate our year. Aww. Then she was going to come back and see me for graduation. But that was the only plans we really made. Nice. So it's not like we were doing massive amounts.
Yeah. It's like you booked a holiday or something, yeah.
Yeah, I think if I can replace those with just seeing friends, you know, because I want to go and see a friend in Middlesbrough. I've mentioned Norway, all the other countries I mentioned earlier. I think that will replace it for me. Yeah. You know, and I guess you could say it makes you sad because, you know, what you could have had won't happen, but it's... You got
to be stoic about it.
You got to move on.
Yeah.
So.
No, it is a new chapter. I'm sure you will be, like, looking back and being like, I'm so much different now, or I've just, like, the way I see things now has changed.
100%. I'm getting that pretty much every day sort of thing as well.
So. Yeah, and as you say, surround yourself with some supportive good vibes people as well. You don't want people that are going to like put you in a weird headspace about things and stuff.
Well, a lot of people, when I tell them, like they always said, "Oh, I'm always here for a talk and stuff," which is
Yeah.
very sweet. You know,
Yeah.
I had friends that called me when I told
That's
them, and I
nice.
was like, "Man, I'm not getting emotional. I'm getting quite emotional thinking how grateful I am for these people." You know, it's one of those things that you don't really realize how many people you have around you
Yeah.
until you go through something that's a little bit tough.
Yeah.
So.
And it's good. It means you chose, well, because you're such a good guy, you've attracted good friends.
Thank you.
So that's why.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to stop giving you compliments.
Yeah. So don't boost my ego anymore.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm warm in here.
Really?
Yeah.
I've got a dry ass throat. That's the only thing that I can really attest to into my personal feelings at the moment.
Okay. That's good. Nothing else. There's a lot of movement happening around here.
Yeah, this is a radio station, or the student radio station.
Are you being sarcastic? I know it's. I thought you'd be like, well, yeah, it's a radio station.
Oh, okay.
You're being like that.
I thought you were being sarcastic because yeah.
No,
yeah,
I thought you'd be like, it's a fucking radio station, Lola. Like, of course, there's gonna be movement.
Yeah, but before you know it, this will all be empty.
Yeah. When does everyone kind of leave?
I would say like end of June, mid-June, late June sort of thing.
Wow. But you're staying.
Yeah, I got the internship.
Yeah.
I know I also sort of enjoy being independent from my family.
Mm.
Not as in I don't want to see them at all.
No,
but
yeah.
I think when I go home, I fall back on the old routines and how I used to behave and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
Yeah.
You know, I like the independence, being in my routine.
Yeah.
Obviously, I get to see him. You know, hopefully get my brother to come down,
Yeah.
sister come down, dad come down, whatever.
Yeah. Is your brother in uni?
He is actually looking to go to uni, and I'm hoping that he does, because that would be fucking great for him.
What kind of stuff is he interested in?
Graphic design.
Cool.
He's a fucking talented drawer, very good drawer. I'd want him to do something like that. Amy, she's looking to go to uni in a couple of years' time, because she's currently working as a dentist assistant.
Okay.
So maybe dentistry is something that she's looking towards.
Wow, yeah.
So.
Very cool. What do your parents do?
My dad's a carpenter. My mum doesn't work.
No.
So, yeah.
Wow, so you the first kid to go to uni?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so your parents didn't go to uni either?
Nope.
Wow.
I think I am the first in my family.
Wow.
Which is quite cool to hear.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if someone else, like one of the Swansers did, but I don't think anyone has, from neither side.
None of your cousins? Wow.
I always thought one did. So, I've got one cousin did. She is a midwife. But she's not a Swanser. She's a half cousin.
Doesn't count then.
Ah.
You are the first. You are the first. You got to take that. Wear that.
It's nice to hear that as well, actually, a little bit.
Yeah.
Huh.
My parents didn't go to uni, actually. So, me and my siblings were the first. I just want to be the first to get a first. Because my brother and sister both got 2 1s.
You'd be a trailblazer.
I want to be, yeah. My little sister, I don't know what she'll do at uni or whatever. But for now, I want to be the only one with the first. It's really why I'm stressing about my grades. It's pure competition with my siblings.
Do you think you stress on it unhealthily?
No.
Good.
No. My parents were never, like, pressurizing about grades and work. They were always pretty hands-off, like, in that realm. I've always just been, like, independent in that way. Like, I never needed much, like, pushing to do. Like, I was always... I was a little bit of, like, a nerd in school and was, like, very on top of my work and stuff. And was just trying my hardest. So, like, my parents never put that pressure on me, which I think is why now I don't really, like... I feel stress, of course I do, and I'll talk about it a lot, like, especially, like, in the month of April, like, that was, yeah, I was a bit of a nightmare at home, to be honest. Like, I just hated my life, because I was like, I have to write so many words, and I don't want to do it, but no, I'm never, like, really pushing myself. I wouldn't sacrifice other parts just to be, like important parts, like a social life, or rest, or, you know, exercise and stuff, like, those things are always important to me, even if I've got a lot of uni work to do. Like, I'll prioritise for sure, move stuff around, but I'll never be like, oh, I'm not going to exercise for this entire month so that I can focus on my uni work. I'm like, no way.
That's very good that you never went into that.
No, yeah. But, I mean, some people need that, and that's so fine. But for me, it's like, if I don't exercise, I will not be productive. Like, I won't write anything. You just feel
shit about yourself, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but also sometimes I don't want to put pressure on myself to exercise, because sometimes that's not very healthy. If you're just like, well, if you don't exercise, then you're shit. Like, you're not moving your body, and you know, sometimes I like to shift it to, like, you feel so good when you exercise. So just remember that and go exercise and stuff. Bless you.
I didn't sneeze.
Oh, you didn't? I thought it was so quiet that like I just didn't hear it. It's a little fake sneeze. But no, yeah, exercise I think is very important.
Well, even doing like the bare minimum. Like I went to a conference Tuesday to Wednesday, and I got up really early on Tuesday before my train just to do like I literally just did one like just deadlifts and was left, and that was it. Like I was in there for about 15-20 minutes, but I knew that was enough because I just turned up and did something.
Yeah,
it's that consistency.
Showing up for yourself more than anything.
Exactly.
I think that's it's like if you can hold yourself, like again, holding yourself accountable. It's just like having that kind of dialogue in your head about like, you know, I want to do this, and so when I do it, I'm going to feel really good about myself because I didn't want to do it. Like sometimes I didn't want to do it, and I made myself do it, and you know, so
it's always about a good feedback loop, isn't it?
Yeah. No, yeah. Are you doing this run to Exmouth then?
I did that on Saturday.
Oh wow.
No, yeah, I ran to Exmouth.
How many Ks is that?
So it's between 10 and 13 miles depending where you stop. So that's 10 times 1.6.
Wow, that's a half marathon.
Yeah,
that's pretty long. Fun. The furthest I've ran is 8K.
That's still pretty good.
I really want to go up. Like, I don't know why I didn't just do 10, like it's 2 more Ks, but I don't know, I was pretty tired. But no, I'm going to try and do a longer one. I mean, Henry, my housemate, just ran a half marathon just like on his own, like just started running and was like, I'll just do a half marathon. But he gets so locked in like that about stuff, which is... I'm like scared for him because I'm like, you ran a half marathon with like no water, no gels.
Holy shit.
Like no food. You just ran. Like, and look, your knees are probably fucked now because you probably didn't really prepare. And he's like, yeah, but I just wanted to do it and I could do it and I felt good. And I'm like, yeah, but it's still very impressive.
That is very impressive.
No, yeah, I do think you need to. Have you watched that Nike documentary about trying to get an under 2-hour marathon?
No.
It's on Disney Plus. Very, very good. It's like Nike. It's this team of like sports scientists partner with Nike so the fastest men in the world are like the one who has the 2-hour marathon, 2-hour 10 marathon. Like those guys, they're all from like various countries in Africa. Like I think Ethiopia and Eritrea. I think they like all come together and they're trying to like make the optimal conditions to run a sub 2-hour marathon, which means you need to be running an average 4 minute 55 mile.
Holy shit. Which
is unbelievable. Like when my friend told me, I was like, no, you mean kilometer? No, mile. I was like, oh my God, that's like 13 miles an hour. They have to be running 13 miles an hour, obviously, to do an hour, 59-minute marathon. And it's a really good documentary. I think you should watch it. About like kind of the science and the anaerobic respiration and like, you know, what you need to be doing, like pacemaker, like because you need to be keeping that same pace. I won't spoil it because you need to watch it.
Well, you mentioned your housemate does it. I think you need to get one of the other housemates known as George to get off, do some more cardio. I think he does treadmill running, doesn't he?
No, he runs.
He runs outside.
Dude, yeah.
George, I never knew this.
I'm
sorry, mate.
He really does.
Oh.
He's very fast. He ran like track, whatever the Americans call it, in school. Do you have Strava?
I do.
You should follow him.
I don't use it though.
Oh.
I have an account. So I have an account, but I haven't used it for years.
Well, if you want to have a little stalk of George's Strava, he's pretty fast.
Damn, yeah.
He's never, I don't think he's ever slower than like 5 minute 30 kilometers or something. So pretty good. I mean, how fast are you?
I don't actually know.
No?
I'm actually quite a slow runner, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's good though.
I can just do long distance.
That's good, yeah. It's like, yeah. So when you go on a run, how far do you normally run?
6 miles.
What is that in kilometers?
So 6 times 1.6.
Stop telling me something I can't do. I can't do 6 times 1.6. 6 miles is like... There's no way you can do that in your head.
I'm going to say like 10, 11 kilometres.
Okay. And how long does that take you?
Just under an hour.
So you're fast. You're fast because 5Ks, you should be aiming for 30 minutes. That's a good 5K. Anything faster is obviously really good. So if you're able to do double that in under an hour, then that means you're fast.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you keep the pace that you can like talk at and stuff?
Yeah,
Because they say
zone
that.
2. Zone 2 is what they
yeah.
call it. Yeah, but I do like some hill runs as well, like
Oh,
whether it's like
hard.
cardiac or forum sort of thing.
That's so hard.
It's nice. It's definitely is a good push.
Oh yeah,
You feel good.
yeah, but it's very hard.
Very hard. Yeah.
Like the way, because I live like near St David's, so I run along the river all the way to the quay, and that's pretty much flat, which is nice, and that's a good 5k. One day I'll do the full thing and make it 10.
Should.
No, I will, because I'm bored these days. So yeah,
You need to find something to do.
I do, yeah.
What about run to Exmouth?
Yeah, I mean, that's quite hilly, right?
No.
Really?
Sorry, very flat.
Am I boring you?
Your words, not mine.
Um,
No, I'm joking. Yeah, no. To Exmouth is very flat. I'm trying to picture there's any hills in my head when I did it.
yeah. I think I'll try to do like a 10k here, and then that will feel good. But no, like in Australia, I would run and then swim a lot. So I definitely want that experience again. I drove to Exmouth and ran all up and down the like promenade.
Oh, wow.
And then swam. So that was
Wow.
good. But
That is cool.
I've not like ran there. When it was really sunny that day in March and the water was freezing.
I don't remember
yeah.
that date. I'll be honest with you.
That was just a sunny day in March.
There's many days in March.
Yeah, why did I say like you would know which day I was talking about?
Oh, yes, that one.
Yeah.
How long have you actually been into like exercise and stuff? When did you start getting into it?
Like I remember age 15 is when I started like doing little like cardio YouTube workouts like in my room. My sister and I just like one Christmas break, she'd come home from uni or something and was like, oh, I want to work out, but I don't want to pay for a membership, so let's just like do something on YouTube. So that's when I started doing just like body weight, floor work stuff.
Push-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like jump squat, like, you know, I was pretty sweaty at the end, but just definitely like cardio stuff. When I actually started going to the gym properly was probably like first year of uni. Like I had some memberships here and there. Actually, no, sorry. First year of college, I got really into it. I got a membership at my mum's gym and I went with my 2 friends because it was like very near to my college. And so we would go like 5 days a week. And that was and that's when I started properly like lifting weights and like learning about that kind of exercise versus just cardio stuff. But then I kind of lost my confidence with like using weights, and I would then run and then do floor work and body weight stuff and yoga, and which is all really good. I don't bash that at all. I just think it gets a bit boring. And like if you can go on runs, then just do like weight stuff at the gym, I think.
It's nice to have a hybrid, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just as opposed to doing just one.
Yeah.
Like I think I prefer the feeling of lifting weights as opposed to going for a run.
Mm.
But I like going for a run because it's just so simple to do. You just put some shoes up and off you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's very versatile because you can see so much of certain places.
Yeah.
And it's
well, something you should do when you go traveling is like when you get to the city or the place you're exploring, just go for a run, because that's the best way of like seeing where you've just gone to. It's like really fun, and you get to know like the geography and stuff, and you're also exercising.
It might be an idea. I could just print out a map of the town that I'm in.
Yeah.
And then go for a run around it, because then I don't need to like keep checking my phone to try and find where I'm going.
Yeah.
I just had the map.
Yeah. You don't really like technology, like your phone, do you?
No, I obviously I need it because it's important to have it.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to really survive nowadays without it, because it's such an effective tool for communicating and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't listen to music when I exercise or anything.
Wow.
Yeah, I only listen to music when I stretch. That's because I hate stretching so much.
Do you?
It's fucking boring.
No, it's so good. Have you done any yoga ever?
I've not done it not in a classroom setting, but more like self yoga. I used to do self yoga in first year, like the child's pose, downward dog, all that sort. What else was there? Was the pigeonhole? No, that was the one you showed
Pigeonhole.
me. You showed
That's
me.
just where you put people's letters, isn't it?
You pigeonhole.
Pigeon pose, yeah, with the leg in front.
Yeah, I remember
That's a good glute stretch.
You showed me this in that indie quiz, didn't we?
Yes.
Do you not remember when
I don't remember that.
when we did the?
Yeah. No,
you
I
showed
do.
me a stretch.
Yeah. That's such a good stretch. I love that one. No, yeah, but yoga's so good because it's so mental and mindful, and like it's a meditation literally, and you have to talk to yourself constantly about holding poses, about breathing. You visualize the parts of your body that you're stretching to kind of, and you actually are able to stretch them further because you're like they say breathe into the stretch, breathe into the into the part that's hurting, and it actually like works. Like it's mind over matter. It's the most obviously all exercise is like it's mental, that mental block of like, also with running, like I can't do it. It's like, well, yes you can, because you are doing it and you'll continue to do it. Like, but with yoga I feel that a lot. I really recommend it, and flexibility is extremely important for like keeping healthy, especially in old age, like to not get injured.
I think that's a big fear of mine, is the idea of not taking care of yourself for longevity and looking towards the future. You know, I don't want to be like crippled and stuff when I have kids and grandkids. Yeah. Obviously, I think by the time I have grandkids, it might be a bit different story because, but you
want to have given yourself the best shot at being like healthy.
Yeah, you want to be there you don't want to be a burden on your family, do you, with ill health?
Like my mum, just look, you know the caution elderly sign on the roads.
Yeah.
She's like, why are they hunched over? Why do they have a walking stick? It's pushing like a bad image that old people just have to be like unhealthy and struggling. And it's like, why can't we all be really springy and strong? And I'm like, yeah, that's true. Obviously, some people do just have issues because of whatever reason.
You got to be realistic.
But she's like, but we shouldn't be like accepting that in old age, like you just move less. Like that shouldn't be just a kind of standard. Like we should be trying to move every day in some way.
There was a good episode. I didn't actually see the name of the guy, but a guy who's like 100 and something did an ultra marathon and he was a guest on Rich Roll's podcast, who's like an ultra marathon runner,
right,
as well, which is just insane.
Surely that's not. How did his knees even like?
How has he got knees?
How has he got knees?
How's he still alive?
And that's like 50 miles, right?
Anything plus 20
26.
miles.
Okay.
26.
Oh, I thought it was just a.
So it could have been 100 miles. You never know. You know, but even still to say 26 miles at 100 is.
And he
insane.
survived and he was fine, or he died at the finish line.
Had a heart attack just before he crossed it.
Do you know why it's 26.2 miles?
It's something to do with the Queen. It was the distance between Buckingham Palace and somewhere else.
Oh, so we have different stories.
What's your story?
So last night, when I was watching this film with my friends, I was like, why is it 26.2? It feels kind of random. And they said it was like a messenger in the Roman times was running to give a message, and he died at 26.2 because it was too hard. And so the whole thing is, can you get past 26.2 without dying?
Check your phone. I'm actually quite curious to see who's right here. It's funny because we're probably both completely wrong, and it's like some sort of. I thought it was something to do with. I don't know if it was concrete, but I thought it was something to do with Buckingham Palace.
Let's find out. It has to do with ancient Greek mythology, the Olympics, and the British royal family. The foot race's official length of 26.2 miles wasn't established until the 20th century. Okay, so we're both wrong. The first organised marathon was in Athens, 1896, at the Olympics.
1896?
Yeah. So it was 25 miles for the first few Olympics. Okay, yeah. Reportedly, Queen Alexandra requested that the race start at the lawn of Windsor Castle and finish in front of the royal box, which is 26.2 miles. So it's just the royal family once again, just like meddling and and taking a little bit of history. Wow. Okay. So you were more right than me.
Yeah.
What? So someone just lied to me yesterday. I was like, that's so cool. Like he died, and so it's like get past 26.2. But no.
No, we were both wrong.
No, you were a bit close today. But yeah.
Do you think you ever run a marathon in your life?
I'd love to. I definitely want to. I will. For sure. Start with a half. But yeah, I will.
Yeah, work your way up.
Yeah. Those videos always make me cry. Like, especially like the London Marathon was obviously recently, like they come up on my TikTok and like people will do like the mile check-in. They'll be like mile 1, mile 2, and obviously just progressively getting more and more tired. Yeah, literally. And like crying, like I don't know if I can do this. And then they cross the line and like the elation in their face. And like when they go hug their families and they're just crying, I always cry with them because I'm like, oh my God, like I'm proud of you. I don't even know you. But it's just like, because it is so hard. And it's that kind of, can I even do it? And then you do it. I really want to experience that feeling.
You should train for it.
Yeah, I might. I'll find one that I want to do. Maybe. You will probably run one.
Did one last year.
You've done one?
Did the Exeter Marathon.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the route?
It's the Quay, around the Quay Industrial Estate, and you do that 2 or 3 times. So it's
You
like
just
a
go
loop.
round?
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of would like to do a journey.
Yeah, I think there are ones like in Dartmoor and stuff, which would be
Yeah.
fucking killer.
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
god, that'd be hilly.
Yeah, I remember me and a friend ran around Dartmoor, and it's fucking tough. Like we actually had to stop running because of how hard
Yeah.
it was. And we were running at like a zone 2 sort of thing as well.
Wow. No, but it doesn't matter. Like the hills, like,
Yeah.
kills you. You could be going really slow. Yeah. Wow. I need the toilet.
You need the toilet. Well, we're just actually about to finish.
Should we finish? I'll hold it till we finish.
Hold it till we finish. Yeah, damn! I can't believe it's just almost
I
2
know.
hours, just like that. That's what happens with these podcasts. You just go on and on and on and on,
Yeah.
and before you know it,
I feel like conversations with you anyway do go like that. Like
Oh.
sometimes, no, they just keep going and going.
oh
and
fuck
they-
you.
No, like
Well played.
in just in class. Like I remember whatever having a chat like before a seminar or something, and just being like, we're talking about anything. I mean, you've gotten in trouble for talking as well.
Yeah, I did get a smacked ass for that.
Yeah, it got me one as well.
Did you? I thought it was just me. I got told
No.
off
Well, yeah, but you were talking to me.
because we were watching the trailer, weren't we, or something?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, we were. But the nerd in me was like, oh, I got told off.
No, game over.
Yeah, gonna get expelled.
Do you think you'll see Anna again before graduation, or?
Yeah, I'm going to a festival with her next week.
Oh shit!
I'm going to Cross the Tracks in London. It's like a soul, funk, R&B festival. I'm really excited. I'm going with my boyfriend, like loads of friends.
Like a whole crew sort
Yeah.
of thing.
I'm guest. So that's in a couple of weeks now. No, yeah, I'll see her loads. Like we're close now because I know her through a girl I met in Sydney on my study abroad because she went to she goes to Exeter now. And when I met her, she's like, "Oh, I have a friend who does film," and then I'd already heard of Anna, but I didn't really know her that well. So then, obviously, coming back here, I was like, "Oh, I need to get to know this girl. Like, she's a good friend of my friend from Australia." And yeah, we just really get on.
That's sweet.
No, I'll definitely see her as much as I can. She only lives in London; it's not very far from me.
Oh no, because she's from France, right? As well.
So her mum is French, but she's always lived in London, I'm pretty sure. But she went to the South Kensington French school. It's like the lycée. It's like a quite well-known, like, international school. Well, just French. But yeah. But she lives, like, South London, very near the festival, so we're going to do our little pre-drinks with her there, which will be fun. No, yeah.
Oh.
Is that the alarm?
That was the alarm. We've got another couple
Wow.
minutes to make it to 2 hours.
Why do you want it to have to be 2 hours?
We can finish now if you want to.
I don't mind. Anything else you wanted to ask me? Was there anything you thought about asking me before doing this? Or?
Probably to talk about it. Well, I know I was going to talk to you about exercise because
Yeah.
that's something we both do.
Yeah.
I don't really plan anything, to be honest with you.
You said something funny to me when you found out I gymmed. You were like, "You, me, and George are the only film students that go to the gym." And I was like, "Okay, ouch to anyone who does." I ran into Harvey in the Pure Gym the other day.
Javier.
Yeah,
Ah, do you know? Yeah, because
he's a film student.
Fen, even. I met him in first year and he was quite like chubby,
Okay,
and the guy lost a lot of weight and bulked up, and he
Aw.
looks insane.
good for him.
So we're 5 film students.
Yeah, with a 5 strong. We should start a team or
I'm
something.
sure we're the only. I'm not sure we're the only film students.
No,
I think I
of
might have
course
been
not.
exaggerating.
Yeah, you
But-
just generalized like film students being like little,
Lazy folks.
or just like sat watching films all day in their beds. I mean, we are also kind of like that, but yeah,
Not to the extent that I imagined or
Mm.
visualized.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but these podcasts are just because you guys always bring something interesting to talk about.
Mm.
You know, because this is about you and what you do.
You feel like you talk about something different every time with different people?
Sometimes it overlaps and
Yeah.
repeats, but like
Yeah.
I feel like
Well, everyone's got
Well-
different perspectives on the same
yeah,
stuff as well.
and at the age of 24, you're not going to be able to give vast amount of stories as
Mm.
opposed to if I was in my 40s or 50s.
Yeah. No, it's cool. I actually was thinking I wanted to do a podcast. Like, I remember in Australia I thought about it because my idea for my disc was like, it's been an idea in my head a lot that I wanted to like interview women about their like relationship with femininity and also with their mothers and like how that's influenced and so I did think about doing that, which I don't know if I ever will.
All you need to do is buy a mic,
Yeah.
buy a little microphone, and you'll
Yeah.
be good to go. Yeah, honestly, if you want to do it, but you have the fear of people judging you for doing it, still do it anyway, because I get that.
Yeah.
I had that when I started doing this,
Yeah.
and I I've actually come to find that people actually find it quite interesting.
Yeah.
You know, and when you ask people to come on, they're like, "Oh yeah, when can I come on?" Sort of thing.
No, for sure.
I mean, I don't think I'd better go on your podcast because.
No, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe a little special edition. No, yeah. So maybe one day I'll do that.
But like generally, if you really want to, I would highly recommend you do it. And just do it. Only do it because you want to do it. Don't do it to post on social media because I know some people do it, and that's not me judging them. Like we've all been through that phase, and some of us still are. You know, whatever. My reasons for this were more of improving my speaking. You know, publicising something that I want to do, and then overcoming that fear of people judging you, and that judgment stopping you from doing stuff.
Yeah.
And it was also just being able to speak to people, you know, and have people tell a good story.
Yeah.
Well, not even just a good story, but stories. You
Yeah.
know, and bring something.
No, yeah. Oh, I would love to do it. Is that my chair?
I thought it was my chair. I was like,
hasn't been creaking the whole time. No, yeah. Okay, we've hit the 2-hour mark.
We've done it.
Am I free?
Well, let's go. See you later. No.
No, yeah. It's been very fun.
No, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Before we say goodbyes and stuff, did you have any social medias that you wanted people to follow? I mean, you can. I mean,
sure. My
Plug yourself.
Instagram is Lola Rees, REES with a little underscore. I don't really do anything else, really.
Obviously, you got the mighty LinkedIn. Don't forget that.
Oh yeah, sure. What even is? Maybe it's Lola_Rees. I don't actually know. I'm a blonde girl, and there'll be Exeter in my little thing if you find me. Yeah, give me a job. Anyone listening? I am seriously hardworking. I should do my fucking whole CV right now. No, please give me a job if you could. Imagine if someone just gives me a job through this.
That'd be insane.
I'd owe my whole life to you.
I'd totally do that.
Yeah, give you a cut of all my earnings.
But I'm sure you'll find something.
No, I know.
Right, 100% that. 100% believe that.
Yeah. It'll be good.
Well, Lola, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much.